Oh, damn it. We should probably change our intro song to "Kiss from the Rose" by Seal. I feel like that'll draw them in.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
It encapsulates kind of what we're all about, you know.
I gotta say, like, Seal is like really ghastly. But seeing that movie Pop Star, where like
what a fucking word.
Yeah, that's definitely a word for it. Man, there's a scene in Pop Star where like he's like serenading Andy Samberg and his soon-to-be bride, as like Andy Samberg proposing to this girl, and like the wolves hate Seal's voice. So all these like wild like they're on like a preserve or something. All these wolves start going crazy, and Seal's like fucking him up, and he's like Seal, aren't you afraid of the wolves? He's like, no. How do you think I got these scars? And you're like, oh my god, he knows. Wait, he fucking knows.
Movie?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's real good, dude.
Pop Star, the Andy Samberg movie we talked about last week.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta watch it now. 100%.
Oh, dude,
anything Seal is in is worth my time.
That should be a rule of thumb for everybody, I think.
Yeah.
Like, he single-handedly saved Batman Forever, I think. just that fucking theme song.
Just the one part that's in it, you're like, all right, this movie wasn't too bad, I guess.
Yeah, it's like, well, that wasn't really the ending I had envisioned, but this song, the credits, is just a fucking banger. I feel like we all have, like, one in the chamber every week, like, one joke for a topic, like, this'll kill. But that's, like...
I never plan it.
Yeah.
I never plan it. But, fuck it. Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome to episode number 4 of The Cynical Nerd. Welcome back. My name is Chris. I am your gracious and optimistic host. With me today, I have Scott and Derek. Scott, how's it going?
I'm doing all right, buddy. I spent most of the week bedridden, on my deathbed, potentially. But I'm feeling better. And if I could just have just a moment of your time, I'd like to speak to everybody listening about something I'm very passionate about, and that is amateur pornography.
Are there pamphlets for this?
Of course.
It's all over the internet.
Right. Why waste the paper?
Yeah.
We need the paper for the cleanup.
Yeah, exactly. And my only message is, if you're gonna do amateur pornography, go POV, man. I don't want to see a still frame shot of you banging your wife. You've been married for 15 years. There's no heart left in that thrust. I just want to see the POV.
Okay, all right, very good. I didn't expect that little left turn out of the gate, but we're off to the fucking races here.
Oh, we're getting weird today, boys.
Derek, how you doing, buddy?
Not too bad. Also, make sure it's in 4K and 100 FPS. It's kind of like everything else is just subpar. Once you see that, you can never go back home again. You need that high quality porn moving forward for the rest of your life. So just things to keep in mind when you're buying your gear for when you're fucking your wife in your unhappy marriage.
Yeah. Like I need to see the reflection of her eyes in the spit on your cock, or I'm not interested.
I mean, there are situations when 4K can ruin a porno. Some of these will say the old classic porn stars, the older ones who have been around for a while, and that's why they turn on that 4K switch, and you're like, ooh. Turn it off.
I thought you were referring to like ingrown hairs or something, but that's way worse.
Well, I mean, also that, but you know, they say loose lips.
She's 47. How does she have diaper rash?
You know, they say loose lips sink old porn stars, flappy vaginas.
See, now you're I passed the baton of quoting those age-old like sayings, man. You know, like those old adages.
I actually read that somewhere on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a bit of week in review news to do as per usual, and then for our main topic today, we are changing things up in something that we hope goes off very well. We are going to be debating who we think is the best live action in movie Spider-Man. We've all picked one. I'm not going to spoil it ahead of time. We all have chosen a Spider-Man to die on the hill for. Mm-hmm. And we'll get there when we get there. But first, there's a couple things I wanted to chit-chat with you boys about. The Batman had set photos because they're back to filming, and those set photos showed off Colin Farrell, Selena Kyle. I said Colin Farrell. I meant the Penguin. Selena Kyle, and more characters.
Did you say Penguin?
I said penguin.
Are you talking about a pangolin right now?
Haven't you seen like pengu?
Who's the pangolin?
And more filming on set. I believe in Liverpool, and I only bring this up honestly just out the gate because that fucking penguin makeup is so good that it's hard for me to look at him and be like, yeah, that's Colin Farrell. I can't do it. I don't know.
I a couple times had like seen it when they first dropped the trailer. And like I thought, you know how sometimes like two stars have a name that's super similar. I'm like, that can't be fucking Colin Farrell. There's no way. Dude, it's so good. It's so convincing. He looks like a completely different person. And it doesn't even look like he has anything like caked on. Like it doesn't look fake like it almost always does. He looks incredible.
It's really good. There's also, have you seen the picture, Scott?
Yeah, it's.
You don't like it?
I mean, no, I'm not saying it. I'm not like I had thought they were gonna go like you got this guy who's like is unquestionably handsome, right? I thought they were gonna go for more of like a younger Penguin. I didn't know they were gonna go like oh god, I don't know, fucking what's his name in Vice when he plays Dick Cheney? Like it's hard to look at him.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Christian Bale played.
Yeah, but isn't that the whole point? Isn't he like
He's supposed to be
hard to look at?
Yeah, of course.
But Jesus, tap dancing Christ, that was a fucking that is a curveball and a half.
It does make a very handsome man very difficult to look at. I agree. He's got like what looks like some kind of scar under his lip. Also on set is John Turturro as Carmine Falcone, which is awesome casting because I fucking love John Turturro. He is accompanied in a scene by Selena Kyle. Kind of weird. And there were some rumors. Have you gentlemen read The Long Halloween?
Yes. That was one of the first Batman books I ever read.
I haven't.
You haven't? Oh, no. For fucking shame. If you do, you'll go, oh, Nolan's a hack. Because, sorry, but like he stole most of Long Halloween.
Right.
Yeah.
Or major chunks of it, I should say. It's pretty much 50-50 between Long Halloween and Year One. And have you read Year One, Derek?
I haven't. I haven't read any. I started to read The Killing Joke like years ago, and even that I gave up on, honestly.
If you read Year One, there's a scene that comes up where he is in a building towards dawn trying to get away from the police, and he uses bats to cover his escape, and you go, oh, fuck me, so that's where he got it from. Yeah. Okay, I got you. Like
everything
just
that like Nolan invented was right from the books, mostly.
I'm not trying to say those movies weren't good, but I mean...
Yeah, he's very derivative, though. All his films really are. He's always kind of... He does it well, you know. He does the things that he steals well, which is a weird sentence, but he does kind of take a lot of what he does from other...
It's like Nicolas Cage in Gone in 60 Seconds. Yeah, talk about the random Nick Cage references. I'm going to continue to make those throughout the podcast.
That one just confused me. I'm going to be honest. I feel like...
Me too. And
he's good at what he does. You don't remember Gone in 60 Seconds?
To keep this in the realm of Batman...
No, I don't remember Gone in 60 Seconds. It was like 22 years ago.
To keep this metaphor in the realm of the whole Batman Cineverse, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, I feel like that last guy who's robbing the bank with Joker right now. Well, I didn't realize I had been had until you said something that made no fucking sense to me. And now there's a smoke grenade in my mouth, and I'm disoriented.
3 guys in the back, we all get a share.
Yeah. That fucking like if you're gonna steal that. Like that's fucking. I don't know if that was all 100% Nolan.
That was as far as I know all no. I mean I've the Batman connoisseur. I am myself. Maybe cocksucker, good pseudonym. I don't know. They're basically the same thing.
I thought we decided on Fuck Boyardee.
We did. It was Fuck Boyardee for DC in general, but for Batman, he's my Bat Daddy. That's all I'll say. Okay. The Batman fuckboy that I am, we'll keep it with fuckboy. I don't remember a scene set up like that. He's got a couple clever heists throughout the comics and graphic novels, but nothing. I'm pretty sure that was Nolan.
You're referring to the Joker heist thing in the beginning.
The opening,
yeah,
exactly.
Really, the best part of the movie, and then to me, it all kind of goes
really
downhill
good
from there. But that's a really well shot scene. All of it's pretty good.
Yeah.
The level of hype. I remember because they cut that. The same thing they did with Dark Knight Rises. They cut that section out and they played it in IMAX ahead of a couple movies months before it released to like build excitement. And it was just the opening sequence until like the camera pulls away and they pull out into the line of buses. And I remember like flipping shit. Like I was so stoked. I was like, holy fucking shit, that's amazing. I was so ready for that film. That was more of a tangent than I expected on Nolan Batman films. But the reason I brought up Long Halloween, because I do still circle back to my points, even if they may be long-winded, is in Long Halloween, they make they don't say it clearly, but they make reference to the fact that Selena Kyle could be an unknowing daughter of Carmine Falcone, like an illegitimate daughter. They never say it, but it's alluded to, and people are thinking maybe they're going to go that route in this. If they look like they're at some kind of funeral or something together in those scenes, so I'm not 100% sure. It's kind of like a who's who in the film. They're all kind of in the same group, so I'm pretty fucking stoked. I mean, I love the way this movie looks. I don't care
same.
Big same. I don't care that
Sorry. No, I was just gonna say. I know you and I had talked before about the Batmobile looking fucking superb. Like a lot of people seem to be picking that apart, and I don't really get why.
I love it.
I feel like it's kind of a big risk, right? Because the Batmobile is usually so fucking extravagant, and to make it into a muscle car, I think it was a risk, and I think it paid off. I can't believe I'm this excited for a superhero movie. Like, I really can't fucking wait to see this. I think it's going to be great.
It's got this kind of like, it's like love it or hate it. It's got this very specific mood that it exudes, like this kind of like, and you can see it in Pattinson's like very emo looking Bruce Wayne. It's weird because it's almost like a big old scoop of Tim Burton just got like like dumped on the top of Matt Reeves' film, and I actually really can't wait because I think even like stupid stuff, the shit that makes him look real moody, like the eye makeup still being on when he pulls the cowl off, and I'm like, I'm into that. They don't do that, and it's always kind of bugged me being the fucking inane detail guy that watches movies through a fucking microscope all the time.
Yeah.
But that's kind of it. That's all I wanted to bring. I wanted an excuse more than anything to talk about the makeup of Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
I would just like to go to town on him, try to pull him out of that makeup piece by piece.
It is horrific. Right. Yeah, it is just
pick him apart down to the bone.
It's great, but it is.
It's that's the whole reason he was down to do it too, right? Like Reeves was like, all right, we're gonna cash you in the movie, and Colin's like, oh, okay, so I'm gonna play like a younger Penguin or something. He's like, oh no,
you're always handsome. You're gonna be a fugly piece of shit in this.
Yeah, like, Colin's like, let me guess, I'm gonna be the hot guy in the movie, right?
He's like, well, let me guess, I'm gonna be the bad boy villain, right? Everyone's gonna love me.
Imagine Mr. Potato Head covered in moles and liver spots, if you will. Just
and Reeves is like, nah. Full face prosthetic makeup all the time.
Imagine dropping a chicken McNugget under your passenger car seat, forgetting about it for months, and then finding it while cleaning your car. Just covered in lint. There's cigarette ashes on it.
I call that Tuesday, Scott.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, yeah, right. That's hashtag dad life, right?
Yeah, listen, Colin, we're gonna make you look like a reheated Baconator. You okay with reheated Baconator?
There's no sadder meal. Because like you already gave up,
more delicious either.
No, you already gave up. You already gave up once when you ordered a Baconator, but then when you decide to reheat it by just putting it in the microwave, not even like heating it up in an oven or fucking like I don't know, man, an air fryer.
It's hot and cold at the same time. It's yeah.
Every bite is just you question who you are and how you got here.
Can I ask, like, you might nuke the thing in the microwave, right? But somehow you'll take a bite out of the center and like 50% hot and cold at the same time.
Every single time.
You can never figure out fucking why.
I think reheating any meal in a microwave is the same as wearing sweatpants in public. It means you've just given up. You've just given up on that. Any meal in the microwave. Like, well, I mean, unless it's like something that's meant to be heated up. Like Chinese food, you're not gonna fucking...
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say
no, but if you're one of those,
Chinese food is the exception.
Yeah. If you're one of those pieces of shit who like spends $30 on a pizza and then like instead of reheating it in the oven, just throws it in the microwave and it's like, no, it's fine. Like I don't, ew. Like I want to reach down your throat and pull that bite back out. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve. Oh God. Eat ramen, you piece of shit. Just eat it.
All right, off to a great start, boys.
Sorry.
There's some Boys season 3. Look, you guys thought you escaped all the Boys news. Well, you're fucking wrong.
Yeah, we're still going to talk about it.
You got me in your tractor beam, buddy. Just bring it right back in.
The TCN tractor beam. Hashtag trademark TM. I don't know. Fuck it. There's some Boys season 3 news. It's slated to begin filming early next year. It was renewed, so hallelujah. Praise to whatever faith you believe in.
Was there any question though, really?
I know. Yeah. So this falls in line with potential. Well, it's actually not spoilers because they're denying that a scene from the graphic novel is going to happen. So I like to read these types of articles. We talked about it before. We haven't. I don't think any of us have read the graphic novel, but every so often, like when we heard about Stormfront was going to be in season 2, I looked her up to see what character she was in the comics and found out she was a dude and was super Nazi. And I was like, oh, okay, so that's what they're gonna, I don't go into it looking to spoil it for myself, but I like the background. Like I like to watch how they change things from source material. Yeah. This falls right in that category. So two things to point out here. One, Jensen Ackles is cast in season 3. He's already been cast. I didn't know that, so we can talk about that. He's from Supernatural, which I've never watched. I've heard the show's not that bad, but I just can't. It just looks like too much bro love around spooky ghosts.
It's a bored young mom show. Like if you're a mom,
it's for wine moms. Yeah, it's for wine moms.
Wine mom. Hashtag wine mom.
Those girls who watched Buffy growing up now watch Supernatural.
That's the best way to describe it. Yeah.
If you guys follow anything DC, you've probably seen Jensen Ackles pop up in like Red Hood cosplay because he was apparently hardcore, like, you know, vying for the spot whenever they did like a live action.
Sure have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, same. I didn't want to let you down that bad, but yeah, no, never even once.
Just so you guys know, I mean, I saw that in this article. I didn't know that myself. So he's from Supernatural. He has been added to season 3 of The Boys as Soldier Boy. In the comics, Soldier Boy is an innocent and bumbling hero who looks to join the Seven. In fact, he's so desperate to join the famous superhero team that he has sex with Homelander, thinking it's something of an audition. So that's kind of fucked. And yeah, I mean, look, we all know Ennis wrote the fucking graphic novel.
Yeah.
And they were going for edgelord back then, and they succeeded. We've talked about this before, but they have said they're not going to have that in the television show. One, how do you feel about that, Scott? Are you upset that they won't have your...
I don't know. I don't know what your lead in there was meant to imply, but I'm sure.
Oh my god, your face there was priceless. Jesus
yeah, I'm sure.
Christ.
I'm sure.
What?
I'm sure.
Never been more betrayed in your entire life.
Yeah, I'm sure at some point it'll make its way to like a casting couch style Rule 34. You know, like amateur. Yeah. Like
at which point we should watch and review it live.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
it has everything to do with superheroes, so why not?
I mean, I'm more interested in the hero-gasm, the second half of the article.
Oh god.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We're getting. Well, I mean, technically they are related. You would imagine.
Yeah. I mean, we saw her first official hero-gasm at the end of season 2, and it was just spectacular.
True.
I don't know, man. I feel like it's not in line with who they portrayed Homelander to be so far.
Right.
On the show. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like that would just be, like you said, it's edgelord. Like it wouldn't. I don't think
it's
that
too
would be.
Much.
Yeah,
it's too much.
I mean, like at the same time, you don't want it to. I don't know. It feels like it's not positive representation within that. It was just done to be like a depraved. Like they made it out to be like a depraved thing that this guy did that he didn't want to do. It's basically like it was written as like sexual assault. Essentially.
Yeah, and that's basically what it is.
Yeah, and we've already covered that with the Deep. And his
Starlight.
whole scandal and Starlight. So like, I think it's good that we just gloss over that and get right to the good shit. I want to see massive hero cooms all around, but consensual cooms. You know what I mean? Like, like the consensual, the good cooms.
It's Kumbaya, if you
will. Nailed it. Got it in one. Holy shit.
Yeah, really.
Gotta wrap it. Yeah, I'm sorry, Derek. You're gonna say something.
Fuck, that just cleans me out. Jesus Christ.
Cleaned your clock.
So what I was going to say is, you know, from what I read of the comics, which I read the first, I think, like, maybe up to issue 20 or something like that. But they're really, and again, you know, we've gone over this before, but they're really not in tune with sort of, like, what's cool and what's not cool now. And even for the time, it was a little weird. Like, there's something with Supes that they're all, like, something with the compound V, like, makes them gay, and that's painted, like, in and of itself as a negative thing, like, that they're gay. Again, with the, like, edgelord stuff. Yeah, so I get why that's not gonna jive, like, now, and it didn't really jive then either.
Right.
And plus, it's too childish. So I'm glad that they're not doing this weird thing where, like, Soldier Boy and Homelander, like, you know, do that as a part of an audition, just because it reinforces that kind of like joke that was really gross to begin with. Plus, it's not, you know, Scott was saying it's not in line with Homelander's character at all. So,
no.
You know, I'm happy that they're skipping that kind of nonsense. But I'm happy to see what's it, Jensen Ackles? Am I saying that right?
Yeah, Jensen Ackles.
As much as I never got into Supernatural, it's terrible. It's really not good. You know, he himself wasn't unenjoyable.
It's terrible. Yeah. It's not good.
Like my mom loves it, but my mom also loves Fran Drescher and the Nanny. So, sorry,
in
Mom.
that order.
Love you.
But so I'm excited to see him in something else that might not be, you know, wine mom fodder.
Right. So. Travis will be very disappointed in all of us.
Fodder.
He
Travis.
likes Supernatural.
We love you.
We used to taunt him about it relentlessly, and he would get very upset with me. So the second half, which Scott already talked about a little bit, he said that it was a Q&A with one of the showrunners, and he basically said, we're not doing that Homelander's Soldier Boy sex scene, but there will be something called Herogasm. He said, you guys have earned it. I was like, what? Well, what? Excuse me? Come again? Please? In the comic book series, Herogasm is a Vought sponsored, which is crazy. I don't know if they'll keep that.
Yeah.
Event wherein superheroes from all over indulge in the most extreme examples of debauchery, from hard drugs to sex. Which I was like, what the fuck? Exactly how this will take shape in The Boys Season 3 remains to be seen. It's safe to say that it'll be R-rated at least. Some might be disappointed that the rest of it's not important.
Scott has a joke.
He's sitting on it. He can't wait.
It's like if Amazon sponsored an orgy. It's so fucking stupid. Like, it doesn't. It's. I don't know. Like, I'm excited to see it because it's definitely gonna be hilarious. Like, it's gonna like. We've all kind of like established we're connoisseurs of the dick and fart jokes. Like every other word out of our mouth is mad thick ropes. Like, we're all children,
right? So
I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with it, because they're not gonna take it.
But
seriously.
we're artistic about it. We're artistic about our dick and fart jokes. We're not just going for cheap laughs. All right.
We are the Jackson Pollock of cum and coom jokes.
As you should be.
And every back that gets on our way is our canvas. It's just
yeah. You should really strive to be that.
Yeah. The back in front of us.
Yeah. Strive to be the back. The back before us. I think we already saw. I think we already saw our first Herogasm. Wasn't that what was going on in season 1 with? Derailed
the whole fucking conversation, Derek. That was prime time. That was a prime time joke.
I think that remember the stretchy guy, the guy who was like fucking his own butt while he was, It's like
Who said there will be fucking of butts?
No. So in season 1, there was that guy who was like the what was his name? The religious guy, the guy, Stretchy Man, like Mr. Fantastic.
Stretchy Man. It was Stretchy Man.
Yeah.
For all intents and purposes, it was Stretchy Man.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Wait! I got it.
Cheese
Stretch Armstrong.
Ezekiel.
Ezekiel, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think that must have been a Herogasm, right? Because they're all, engaging in debauchery. There's fucking booze everywhere, drugs. They're all fucking. I'm assuming that kind of sounds like what they're talking about with the Herogasm,
right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, cool. So far that show has done almost no wrong.
Yeah.
Very, very, very little has been wrong about that show. So bring it. I mean, fucking, as we discussed when we talked about the finale, I mean, literally Homelander jerking off while hovering over the city was supposed to be in season 1. They actually said, Amazon said, all right, guys, like, let's maybe cut that coom shot out. And for season 2, they were just like, yeah, you guys are doing good. Fuck
yeah.
We're
in control now.
You know your audience better than we do. Just do what you want to do.
All right, cool. So we have 2 trailers to go over, and I gotta warn all of you listening, neither of them are good.
Yeah,
but that's what makes the conversation so great. The first one is a movie called Jujitsu. I'll read you the quick synopsis and then we'll do thoughts. An ancient order of jujitsu fighters faces a vicious race of alien invaders in an epic battle for the survival of Earth. The cast, surprisingly well-rounded with some popular kung fu actors. Nicolas Cage, I'm gonna butcher this one. Elaine Moosey, Frank Grillo, you would know him as Crossbones, or the guy who fucking did nothing. Rick Yoon. Go ahead.
I mean, he blew up.
Exactly.
He got his ass kicked in an elevator, which, I mean, like, as somebody who's been drunk in Atlantic City, I can sympathize. You know what I mean?
Marie Avgeropoulos, Juju Chen, and Tony Jaa. Some of those names, Tony Jaa, Frank Grillo, Rick Yoon, I've heard of them before. This trailer... Oh, it's not good. The movie comes out on November 20th, 2020.
Is it coming directly to the Sci-Fi Channel, or is that just?
It's gonna be. Actually, this says debuts in theaters, on demand, and digital. So, Derek, how you feel about? We'll start off with you first.
Here's the thing. Like, I know that I'm the cunty one of the group here, and I like all the artsy fartsy shit.
It's no.
I got a new whiskey glass, by the way, guys.
Yeah, that is a cunty whiskey glass. That is. Ooh.
But like when I walk into a movie knowing what it is, even when it's trash, like I really don't mind it. I love Tony Jaa. Like he's been in a lot of stuff. He was in The Protector.
Yes, I mentioned him by name for sure.
What's that?
So that's why I mentioned him by name for sure. Sorry to interject.
Oh, he's excellent, and fucking Ong Bak back in the day. I love kung fu movies. I love martial arts. I think they're super interesting because I could never do even fucking 1% of any of that shit. So walking in, I'm not going to expect any kind of like banger of a plot line, but I love watching Nicolas Cage look like a dumb asshole. And I love kung fu, so like I'm here, dude. I'm actually want to watch this.
Oh man, the biggest aspiration I can have for this film is that it's, let's see, Con Air with kung fu.
Put the bunny back in the box.
All right, Scott, how'd you feel about this? How'd you feel about this train wreck of a trailer?
I mean, I saw a lot. I saw like I'm not classically trained in any form of martial arts.
You're not really.
You don't say.
I know it's
okay,
but I mean, like, what the like.
Hang on, buddy. That was on your resume when you signed up to co-host of the podcast.
It just like I don't know, man. Like I have a couple problems with it. Like first of all, like the crazy Nick Cage is the harbinger of this trail. Like we talked about having a harbinger for the stinky butt man. Sorry, the stinky butt man. And
the stinky butt man.
The stinky butt man. And then Nick Cage is our harbinger here. But like it doesn't like these aliens come around every 6 fucking years, and you don't have a better system in place than to like tell a random dude about it the day before it's fucking happening. Like, when you have like an entire order of people that are like have trained their entire lives like every 6 years, you know what I mean? But like also like, I don't know, man. It's just
but it's 6 years. That's the next guy's problem.
Yeah. But I mean, no, that's still your fucking problem. 6 years from now, like I mean, if you win, it's like fuck. You know what I mean? Like,
live fast, die hard. Okay,
dude. It's I don't know, man. It looked really fucking hacky to me. Like, I'm gonna watch it with all like. Just with the intention to like get a good laugh in. The same way I watch like 99% of Nicolas Cage movies.
Yeah. And he provides that for you. Like that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like he's fucking excellent at doing that. So like if you know what you're going into, then hey, you might enjoy yourself.
Yeah. I had a train of thought, but it's to me it makes less sense than Mortal Kombat. You know what I mean? It's like that same narrative, but just like I didn't see anybody that I gave a shit about in the entire trailer. The alien looks like something out of like a PS2 era, like sci-fi shooter. It just looks fucking stupid. You look like Isaac Clarke from Dead Space 2. You look dumb. Like you look ridiculous. I'm not
like Dead Space 2, huh?
I mean, I fucking love Dead Space 2, but I'm not afraid of Isaac Clarke unless he's got that fucking, got that towel on him. You know what I mean?
He's got this Berettas baby.
Yeah.
Gratata.
Got that line cutter, son.
So Jujutsu again premieres November 20th, 2020. We're all kind of in a weird, morbid way looking forward to it. Check that out. Yeah, I mean, well, okay.
Yeah. One day I'm gonna be surprised to hear that it came out, and I'm gonna go, maybe I'll watch that. All right.
Yeah. I'll watch it with you guys.
like tomorrow.
That's about all I can commit to.
Next up, we already discussed the dumpster fire that this looks like it's going to be, but Monster Hunter had a full trailer release. How about you take this one first, Scott?
Ooh.
Big ooh.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, we kind of like we're talking about it last week. It's unnecessary. There's the fan base isn't excited. Like the fan base for Monster Hunter are the same people who like play Civilization in their spare time. I mean, like they're not like these they don't want like a pulse pounding, mind numbing action movie. Like they probably play so they can collect all those little fucking cat sidekicks you get. They're not in it for the explosions, of which there are fucking none in Monster Hunter. It's a slow grind. It's 45 minutes to kill a boss, and then your reward Then your reward is more parts to build a better sword to kill the next boss. It's like it's not even an entertaining game to play. I can't imagine watching it is going to be like engaging or have like any sense of any. I can't imagine anyone's going to get any fulfillment out of sitting through this dumpster fire. Like a dumpster full of Taco Bell and diapers, and not like baby diapers, retirement home diapers, just set on fire.
It's almost like a shit time machine because you said like Taco Bell and diapers, and I'm like, well, one's gonna end up in the other. Whoa, blew my fucking mind.
I do have to apologize though, because those are the two most cliche things that stink that I could possibly listed. I could have went with B. Arthur's pussy. I could have went with...
Oh, damn. Yeah, missed opportunity. Jeez. You're telling on yourself right now.
I could have went with like a Wook's sandal.
You're spoiling future jokes right now that you could have been banking.
No, this is my lightning round redemption here. No, it's gonna be it's. Don't do it. Don't give them your fucking money, because if you pay, like, I know there's nothing else playing. This will probably still play because fuck it. Like, what do they have to lose? But don't give them your fucking money. Don't pay a dime
going
for
against
this.
Sonic the Hedgehog. Remember?
Yeah, like it's just don't like. We all were so disappointed, and over time we're more and more disappointed by the Resident Evil movies. Don't give Anderson a dime of your fucking money. Like, let him be just like.
What's the other movie that he's doing? What we were talking about it, I think, 2 weeks ago. He's doing another movie. This guy, or the guy who did the original Resident Evils.
Yeah. He's the guy that ruined the first round of Resident Evil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Paul W.S. Anderson, and somehow I guess they're successful. Like, I don't get it. How does he keep getting fucking films to ruin?
I think kids just go see it. That's my only guess, because they look so terrible. But even like Scott was saying, that the best way that I could describe the Resident Evil movies is they appeal to 13-year-olds, and like I saw it when I was 13, and it was still bad. Like that's kind of saying something. Like, there's tits and flying and guns, and it's still fucking just the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah. The trailer did little too, and I was also a little curious. I mean, maybe I read this wrong, but so when we first talked about it, there was the New York Comic Con Zoom panels, and they did. So I had to dig through the whole fucking conversation to find, I don't know, like 10 seconds of fucking footage that they showed.
I'm sorry you did that, and I love you for it, but
it's I've committed to the Sparkle motion. So then they released, from what I can tell, the full trailer like a couple days later, and I don't understand why you wouldn't premiere it at, like, what are they? Was there not enough explosions in one of the scenes? Like, seriously? I don't understand. I wanted to bring it up because it felt invalid and stupid in a way that an already stupid movie doesn't need to be doing.
Even when you had started shit talking, let me just say something. When you had started shit talking the game Monster Hunter, like, my knee jerk reaction was to defend it, and then I like thought about my relationship with that game, and it really is just like, it's like one day you just realize you're what's his name, Sisyphus, pushing the boulder up the mountain. It's just the same fucking thing again and again and again. Dude, I've tried to play that game. I always love it at first, and then like 10 hours in, I'm like, what am I doing? The only point, you beat this thing, and you get shit to beat the next thing. It's just never ending. Yeah. It's fucking boring. It's like not sustainable at all. So I couldn't care less about a fucking movie about that same thing. But, the trailer just really proved me right. That's it. It just, there's nothing redeeming about it at all.
Two things, and then I know we got to move on. We got a lot of stuff to cover. But it's the biggest problem with that game is that there's no cinematic quality to it.
Yeah,
like it's like with those big boss battles, you had an opportunity. You could have done something along the lines of Shadow of the Colossus, or even certain set pieces from Jedi Fallen Order. Like those big boss battles felt like you were in an actual scene from a Star Wars like movie, and it was incredible.
God, it was so good, that game.
Yeah, and things like with a game like that, if you want to make a game that is literally 90% boss battles and grinding deep materials to fight bigger and better bosses, you need to have at least throw us a fucking bone and have those. And I don't mean God of War timed button press bullshit. I mean like an actual cinematic moment where it feels like I started somewhere, went through something, and triumphed. Not just like I followed this thing through the forest for 45 fucking minutes, whittling its health down with a fucking blow dart. Like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Secondly, and I'll make this short and sweet.
Hope you're paying attention, Capcom.
Yeah,
Scott's coming for you.
Yeah.
Get burned right now. You're in the burn zone.
Ooh, yeah, burn unit over here. Somebody get a skin graft. It's the biggest problem with the Andersons movies, and like again, like I could shit on him forever. Like I could do like a colonic cleanse where you drink that shit and you just shit for 12 hours straight on his entire what would you call it, filmography? But the biggest problem is he's not faithful to the originals whatsoever.
Yeah.
From the very get-go, he changed a lot of things about the lore of Resident Evil and just did whatever the fuck he wanted with no concern for the fan base or the established lore or the actual characters that had been written, albeit poorly, because they were PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 games, but they did have personalities, they did have certain traits and characteristics that could have been brought to life very easily and could have been transitioned to the big screen. With Monster Hunter, we see him pulling a Super Mario Brothers, where it's people pulled from our world into their world.
So bad.
And like
God.
even Dennis Hopper and John Leguizamo couldn't save Super Mario Brothers. So what the fuck makes you think we need another one of those? What the fuck? Like this is, it's just like if you don't have enough time to build the world that these monsters exist in and give us a reason to care about people who already live there, you're wasting your fucking time. You have to bring someone in from like, oh, they're special operatives.
Yeah.
We gotta support the troops, boys. We gotta go see this movie. They're in Monster Hunter World, man. They're having a hard time.
Yeah, it felt like, remember when they made a movie about Battleship? It felt like we could upload.
No, I don't.
We could upload a trailer that says it's Battleship, but it's Monster Hunter, and vice versa, and nobody would be able to tell the difference. Like, all it is like the troops, but action, troops in action. That's like it's just so there's nothing else.
While I get what you're going for there. I will say, I mean, Battleships at least takes place on fucking ships. Like,
don't tell me about don't.
Yeah, but I owned Battleship like for my entire childhood. I don't recall the alien spacecraft being on the fucking board.
Yeah, well, you didn't play those giant
metal millipedes.
Guess you didn't go MLG then, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Everyone knows everyone knows that like you only ever finish like 1 or 2 games of Battleship. Somebody always lied and flipped the board, or like, no, I don't want to play. Like they just close it.
You lose the pegs.
Yeah.
We got a real casual over here, I guess. never got to the fucking alien ships.
I always had to play with my shittier younger cousin, who was just the worst sport.
That's always the worst part.
Yeah. Well, try playing.
I feel like he had Cheetos on his hands all the time. Does that reflect?
I used to.
They were Cool Ranch Doritos, but same ballpark. Fair. Yeah.
I mean, I used to play like Parcheesi with a couple of my cousins, and they were younger than me.
Were they in their 40s when you played with them?
Yes, my younger cousins when I was 12 were in their 40s. And fuck you, I like that game, you piece of shit. And they were always the worst losers at the game. And that's not fun. That's not fun.
I'm trying to think of like what other games what other games that the Golden Girls play that I can rip on you for?
I'll be blamed.
You like backgammon? You into backgammon at all?
Actually, I've never played.
Domino, motherfucker! That's all I got.
You guys want to play some cornhole? What do we got? What do we got next? So here's something I don't think either of you care about that much, but I wanted to bring it up. Just more so for the reasons of I don't know, letting us rip on it a little bit. HBO, so the DC Universe stuff, the app where they were doing some unique programming. I said unique, not good.
Yeah, all right.
And that's coming from me. So I mean, they were purchased by
what a kindness, unique program.
Yeah, thank you.
What a sweetheart you are. Jeez. Yeah. Eternal optimist for sure.
You are a generous soul.
They were purchased, and now everything's moving to HBO Max. So, because corporations. So HBO Max has announced premiere dates for Titans, Young Justice, and Stargirl. 2 things before we get started. One,
just 2.
I had just 2. Well, now probably more than 2. I'm bad at lists, preemptively naming lists. Titans was a dumpster fire. I will give both of you that, and I know that I know you think that, and it deserves to be called that. I had high hopes for it, and it disappointed me. I like the guy who plays Dick Grayson as an actor portraying Dick Grayson, and that's probably about it for that show. The writing is terrible. They constantly fall into like the typical quandaries that are annoying to watch as viewers, like when they tell us something but they don't tell the characters, so you have to suffer through all that time until they catch up. Or they break the team up for no fucking reason. I've watched all of it, by the way. Look, the Nightwing costume's not bad that he finally gets. The show's garbage. Anyway, they're moving that to HBO Max. Young Justice is actually quite good, and they've been continuing seasons of that. It's a good animated show if you haven't watched it. Stargirl, I haven't seen. I can't talk about it. I heard it was more well received than it looked because it looked like garbage.
Who?
It's in the Greg Berlanti show. Stargirl. No, nothing.
Who?
Nah, sorry. I was gonna say I'd love to, like you said, like I'll give you guys Titans is bad. Believe me, I'd love to kick you while you're down, but I never watched it, so like I can't even say anything about it. Either way, I remember them releasing set photos that looked like really, really bad, and that's the last thing I remember. I didn't even. You could tell me it hasn't aired yet, and I would believe you. I totally had no idea that it was even on.
We're bad at being nerds, man. Like,
we're pretty bad at it.
Never seen it. I think we're just dicks. Like,
that's really what it is.
We're just the
Let's
cynical
talk shit on stuff we've never seen before.
Yeah.
It's really specific programming, right? Like, who's it aimed at? The people who are huge DC fans who like
the people who own all the animated movies. You know what I mean? Like
hey, I watch all the animated movies.
Well, you and those 7th dudes are probably stoked they had a streaming service then.
Yeah, bro. I was really happy. Apparently, I was one of the only ones that paid for it too, because that's why it got canceled.
Yeah. See, whenever I hear about one of these unnecessary streaming services going under, it
half chub.
It gives me sustenance. Like I'm one of those Stevie
Yeah.
Nicks vampires from Doctor Sleep. I'm just so happy to see it go down in flames, dude. Because
it's at least a half chub, right? It's at least half mass.
oh, dude, no,
when you hear about it.
I am fucking fully like
You can't think straight because your blood brain is now in your cock. You're like fucking wobbling.
I'm like banging it against furniture and shit, trying to get to my room and get it out of me real quick.
Gotta get to the boys and tell them.
Gotta get to the coom room.
Yeah, the coom room. Ooh, that's good.
Dr. Gloom's coom room.
No, but it's just like I heard Doom Patrol was good. I haven't seen any of it.
I'd like to watch it.
Yeah, it's the same thing. I hope that CBS All Access is next. They need to like do what Sega did, right? You're on a sinking ship, license out your properties to other bigger companies that have the money, have the audience an already established audience, and then take your fucking cut. Like what DC is doing with this is the smartest move they possibly could have done, because I think
I absolutely agree. Yeah.
And I might actually visit Titans. I might like, I know it's not gonna be good, but I'll out of morbid curiosity watch it. I've heard good things about Doom Patrol. So
yeah, so two things. One, I mean, they both don't have huge budgets, and you can tell. But that's part of some of the shittiness. But the writing is not great. The individual character writing at moments is not bad. I would say this: if someone gave you a highlight reel of what they thought were the best moments of that show, you would go, "That looks okay."
Yeah.
Which is the highest compliment I can say, is that like the best moments are not terrible to watch. And there's some cool nods if you're a big fan. Go ahead.
Does Robin actually say like the F word? I remember there was like a trailer where he was like going to call someone a motherfucker or something.
No,
like,
he says
Did you
fuck
say the
Batman.
F word and motherfucker in the same sentence?
Yeah, I know. It doesn't make any sense.
you did, Gramps.
I'm a great conundrum. I don't know what to tell you guys.
He says fuck Batman. He doesn't say motherfucker.
All right, yeah. Like I remember them showing that in the trailer, and being like, "That's the most juvenile fucking thing I've ever like." That makes
in context, it actually wasn't shitty, but it looked like edgelord when they played
out
it
of
in the
context.
trailer.
It was pretty fucking bad.
The scene itself wasn't bad. So the show is R-rated. So when they fuck people up, they fuck people up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that scene that you're talking about was in like the original trailer, and it's the show takes place, obviously, if you know anything about Batman and Robin's relationship, after they've parted ways. He's not super friendly towards Batman. He's going out on his own. He's still Robin. Yeah. He sees a group of criminals fucking with some woman. Typical setup. He swoops in, starts fucking. I mean, like, he breaks a window because he's beating somebody up, and takes one of the guys and like drags his face across the fucking broken glass. Yeah, I mean, I'm not kidding. He fucks people up. And when he first swoops in, they're like, "Ah, shit, it's Batman," and he's like, "Fuck Batman," and then he starts beating the hell out of him. Right. So it's not. I mean,
no,
it's not
I'm
great.
not. It still sounds pretty bad.
It's still not. Look, I didn't say it was great, didn't I? What did I just say?
You said it was okay. No, I know.
Highlight reel would be okay.
I'm here for the face dragging across the windshield part.
Yeah, not for the fuck Batman.
Yeah. Some of the combat's good. I don't know. The writing is poor, and they kept. Season 2 was like a lesson in disappointment. Like they kept. You would think by the end of season 1, team is together, right? Mm-hmm. But then right in the beginning of 2, they like break apart again, and like it's really annoying. That kind of shit. It drives me nuts, and it feels like because of it, they never make true progress. And now it looks like in season 3, they're pushing the guy who's playing Robin, the current Robin, because Jason Todd shows up. He's gonna be pushed to like Red Hood. Like they did treat him like shit in season 2 and kind of set it up, but like I don't know. It's happening too quick, and the writing's not good. So
is it one
anyway?
Of those...
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Is it one of those things where it's like, because it's so low budget, they lean heavily into the drama because they can't afford to have the action?
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, they do have plenty of action.
Heroes? Heroes was so fucking guilty of that.
Yeah.
That show could have actually been good, but it just turned into a soap opera. And then anytime you're like waiting for something to actually happen, and then something happens, and then they like close a door or something so you can't see it. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, it gave you cum power, right? Because you're right up, you have a burning cummy ache because you're like waiting for this to fucking happen, and it never does. But sometimes you just got to pull the rope out, dude. And they never did that. That's what that sounds like, anyway.
Do you remember?
I know we shouldn't talk about 10-year-old shows, right? But I'm just saying that's what that reminded me of.
Do you remember being like in your early 20s and thinking Heroes was great though?
It was great, yeah.
I
what an idiot.
Never really watched it, to be honest.
That dumb fuck was so. I was drunk. I was just Jameson drunk for my entire first 5 years of my 20s. So I didn't know. I had no idea.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember much of those years besides the alcohol.
Alcoholism is my excuse to this day.
Young Justice is good. Young Justice Outsiders, if you like those DC animated shows. Nice Raspberry. And then Stargirl, again, haven't seen. I heard. So we've devolved into blown raspberries. Okay. Moving along, boys.
We just need to get an air horn.
Well, like a vuvuzela just blasted every time he doesn't like something that's going on. Oh, some fucking throat singing, Hungarian. Okay, so there's a Black Adam movie coming out starring The Rock himself. That's going to be, in the same universe as the Shazam films. Fine, it looks whatever. Dwayne, he's likable enough guy. He definitely physically embodies that character. I'm looking forward to it. So this is quick news, but they just announced a new person adding to the cast. Sarah Shahi, I don't know, Shahi, Shahai.
I'm not going to challenge it. Whatever one you pick is the one it is.
Shalom. She has landed the role of a university professor turned freedom fighter who is leading the resistance of Kahndaq. So Kahndaq is the country that Black Adam rules over in the comic books. It really, like we talked about, often villain to Shazam, even in his best times, an anti-hero. I'm looking forward to how they do it. The Justice Society is apparently involved, but I'm sure he's going to be a real, gray moral area. Like, is he good or is he bad? I doubt The Rock would sign on to just play a fucking villain. There's not really a lot to talk about.
Yeah,
here
I wish I could drum up excitement the way you can for D-list superheroes. It's really.
Yeah.
Really difficult.
The thing is,
I've worked at it for years.
I do love The Rock though.
Yeah,
almost anything he's in is enjoyable just because he's in it. Like his parts in some capacity are enjoyable. So I'll watch it for sure. But I don't even know who Black Adam is. I have no fucking idea who he is. But I'm here for it. I'll check it out.
I'll
be disappointed by it. Can't wait.
You definitely will be.
I've gotten bad blowjobs before. It's like, you just work through it.
Too much teeth.
Even a bad blowjob is better than a good hand job, though. You know what I mean?
Well, of course. We don't even have to.
Hand jobs are like minor league baseball games. Hear me out. Nobody wants to pay to go to one, so they're giving them away. And usually, like it's like $1 for a beer. You know what I mean? Like it's. Yeah.
Yeah, you had me in the first half with that comparison.
Nothing exciting is going to happen. There's going to be no standing ovation, no round of applause, but,
if there's nothing else out there, then you go to the game.
Right?
Exactly. The premise for that analogy was really exciting, and just the dollar beer line, I was like, wah, wah, wah.
All right, well...
You just got raspberried, bro.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm supposed to follow the what are they, the League of Justice?
The Justice Society.
Sorry, Justice Society. Yeah, I did some digging.
I was like, why am I answering him?
I did some digging because I was like, who the fuck? And like the thing is, the Justice Society has had all the A-listers in it. And
at one point,
my thing is like, you guys were rushing so fucking hard to get to Justice League, like you couldn't fucking wait to get its panties down and get in there. Why the fuck aren't you at least having one or two cameos of somebody we give a shit about and your anti-hero big villain? Like I don't we can go through the fucking list. I can list them, and every single person on this list, the listeners are gonna be like, who?
Yeah,
don't do it.
Who's that?
It is rumored that Superman's going to be in the movie. Superman, Black Adam, notoriously. I don't know if you guys probably don't know this. Again, DC fuckboy. One of Superman's only weaknesses is actually magic, which is why Shazam and Black Adam are able to fuck him up a little bit.
Let him finish the sentence first.
His weakness is magic.
I mean, look, we're talking about modern day fairy tales, okay? The premise of Superman is already ridiculous, but you're laughing at magic. Like,
I just had this picture, I was picturing David Blade pulling a rabbit out of a hat. Superman's like, no!
Well, it even sounded like
that. It's way better.
Jesus. Oh, mic issues. Here we go. It even sounded like you were trying to go over it. His only weakness is magic, and you just keep going. Hopefully they didn't hear.
No, because I know you mean like Sorcerer Supreme, Doctor Strange style magic, but I'm picturing like a guy with a never-ending handkerchief, and Superman just cowering like.
Oh no! You've caught my weakness.
Oh my God. I mean, really, with Superman, it's the same thing. It's just space rock. It's just as fucking basic.
Yeah, I mean, You
Yeah.
said David Blaine, which is even better because he never does magic. So it's like watching David Blaine pull like fucking streamers out of a hat would be so good.
Well, I mean,
Why don't
David
you
Blaine.
go back in why don't you go back in like a plexiglass coffin and hang yourself in the air for an hour and tell everybody you did a fucking magic trick?
I mean, well, no, I mean, he definitely does some crazy shit. It's all like all magic is grounded in reality, which means like, you know, he's not
just a stunt guy.
I mean, he's a stunt guy, but like, he's one of the fucking best ones. David Blaine.
Oh, okay. You guys want to talk about Chris Angel instead? What an asshole. God. No. He left his shit right on his forehead. My God, I'd punch him right in the top of the fucking head if I ever saw him. God, what an idiot. Camera cuts aren't magic, Chris. Do something else. God, fuck that guy. I'm sorry. What were you saying about David Blaine? I'm done.
Chris Angel always reminded me of Garth Brooks' alter ego, whose name I can't think of right now. Remember that? It was Chris something.
Yeah. No, fuck. Oh, God, what is it? Hang on.
He has an alter ego?
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Chris Gaines. Chris Gaines,
is that?
Or something like... No, wait. Garth Brooks' alter ego. I'm looking it up right now.
Me too. It's Chris Gaines. It is.
Yes! He did like an emo Tobey Maguire thing from fucking Spider-Man 3, but like 5 or 6 years before Spider-Man 3 came out.
Yeah.
It was like mid to late 90s. And he like even performed on SNL. And like he was trying to do like an Andy Kaufman thing, I think.
Oh, no.
Like he made people call him Chris. It was fucking...
Yeah. It was bizarre. It was a weird thing.
Garth Brooks is a piece of shit. while we're continuing the theme of shitting on old white men from last week. Yeah,
let's do it.
Yeah, fuck Chris Angel and Chris Gaines, both of them.
Yeah.
I forgot Chris Angel existed, and now I'm worse
sorry.
for being reminded, so...
You basically just lost the game. It's like very similar to that. The idea is you want to forget Chris Angel entirely, and I just sucked you guys back down into hell with me, so I apologize.
What are the rules of this game? Forget Chris Angel exists. That's it. That's it, boys.
Dude, I was doing so good.
We've been high scoring, flying high for weeks.
I was at least on like a 2 to 3 year streak right now.
Yeah.
Now it's
ruined.
Sorry.
You son of a bitch. One of the last things we'll talk about, 2 things. We have a trailer to go over and this news, which I am really bringing up more so because I had no idea. They're making a Star Wars holiday special in Lego format. I'm here for it. I don't fucking know. Big same. Big old same. Poster they released is a gift-wrapped Lego hand, and if you actually looked at the full image, it says, "To Luke from Dad." So it's gonna be that like Lego humor, and I'm there for it, dude. Like, obviously they're gonna take jabs at the original holiday special, and I can't wait for those either because that's a nightmare-fueled dumpster fire of a shit show.
It did give us Boba Fett, though.
What you think about it? That's true. It did give us Boba Fett.
But let's also be clear that Boba Fett is one of the most overrated characters in all.
Oh, thank God! Thank you for saying that. Jesus Christ!
Of course.
I mean,
they had to flesh him out just to make him badass. Well, like he did nothing.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like we shot all over Jamie Foxx for looking like a big old clumsy doof in fucking Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, but he did something. He did things throughout the film.
And Boba Fett literally just like he got beat up by a blind guy. Like how the fuck?
And that scream! Oh God, that's how you go out. God, Jesus Christ! You got Wilhelm, dude.
Wilhelm? Yeah, it was the Wilhelm. Okay.
Yeah. You got that standard Imperial officer treatment. You know what I mean? Like, didn't even get your own scream, bro. You're just copy paste, huh? All right. I'm excited for it though because every Lego movie that's come out, I've gone into it thinking I was gonna hate it, like having the mindset like, oh, this is for fucking kids, like some Nick Jr. bullshit. And they've all been surprisingly enjoyable. Like they've all been really well done. Especially Lego Batman with Will Arnett was incredible.
First try. The best part.
So I mean, I'm really optimistic about it. It's not really meant for us, but at the same time, I feel like there are gonna be things in there for adults who have been big fans for a long time. But we have to remember again, it is geared towards kids. It's about like recreating the magic we had when we were children for a whole new generation. So whatever it
is the ice cream truck coming through me? It's probably me, right?
Oh no, it's 100% me. 100%.
Oh, it's you. Okay.
He's actually in my bedroom right now.
Because he sits right outside the corner of my house for like 25 minutes. It's like, oh my fucking God, but thank God it's not me. No, I'm excited for it too. I never saw the holiday special. I never saw it. And like you putting that in there it reminded me that I kind of have to get on that.
We should watch that for Christmas.
Yes.
Oh,
yes, we should.
We totally should.
Abso-fucking-lutely we should.
But also, same thing with the Lego movies. I always think that they're going to be terrible, and every time they make me laugh. Every time I'm like actually really into them. So I'm 100% here for this. I think it's a cool idea.
Yeah, and the entire post, the entire reason that this is even brought up is they confirmed, some people like Kelly Marie Tran, Billy D. Williams, Anthony Daniels, like they're going to have the legit voice actors, which is nice. It's not going to be a bunch of lookalikes or voice-alikes, I guess. They are going to use the voice. Thank you. The voice actor who did, I believe, Obi-Wan in the Clone Wars, James Arnold Taylor. So they're not actually getting the man himself. But that's okay. I'm okay with that. The Lego Star Wars Holiday Special.
That's kind of crazy to me, actually, because apparently Ewan McGregor is like, please hire me again. Like, he wants more work as Obi-Wan.
Yeah. They confirmed that Obi-Wan is back on track. I don't know if the Obi-Wan solo series, which I'm pretty excited for because I love him as Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
So
very, very stoked. They confirmed that was back on track, so they're back in production. So I'm stoked that these things all exist. And, if it took big fucking... Omnicorp Disney to buy them to make these things happen, and then whatever. Fucking let's do it.
We'll take the entire sequel trilogy as like a sacrificial lamb. To all of our childhood hopes and dreams. If it means that we eventually get something that's just going to be consistently good.
Yeah. I mean, so far we're on track for Mandalorian season 2 to be fantastic. Yeah. If it plays out the way it looks, which is
beyond optimistic, like
delicious.
over the fucking moon for that one, man. Like in a way that I never thought I could be this excited for Star Wars again, and they did it, man.
Well, that's how even season 1, if you remember, like we were all kind of, I was anyway, we were all kind of cynical leading up to it. Like, oh, sure, they cut a good trailer. Anybody can cut a good trailer. And then you see it, and it has that effect where you're like, holy fucking shit, like I'm watching the asteroid field scene again. Like it just sucks you back into when you were a kid. You're watching all that shit. Season 2 trailer, same thing. I have like never felt more optimistically about an upcoming Star Wars event than I have about this. And I'm totally confident that, they're not gonna let me down.
Yeah. I can't wait to review it.
Same.
I really can't. I can't.
Plus, there's like a gaping hole in us since The Boys is gone. We need a new thing to talk about. So
yeah, we have to go for the cutthroat Spider-Man debate today just to make up for that gaping hole in our hearts.
Oh, we haven't announced it. That's okay though. It's happening in fucking 5 minutes.
Oh, was it a secret?
I mean, I guess not, because I'm sure the title's gonna include something. Yeah, we talked about it already. What are we thinking? Mad Thick Ropes?
I mean, yeah,
almost certainly. That's always a safe bet.
Yeah. THICC. It's how you spell thick. So everybody knows that.
Or QQ. Sometimes QQ.
Okay, fair.
I've never done the QQ, but now I feel like I've missed out.
Try it out. Try out the QQ.
Yeah, I got it.
Try it out. It's the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special reunites Rey, Finn, Poe, Chewie, Rose, and the droids for a joyous feast on Life Day. Rey sets off on a new adventure with BB-8 to gain a deeper knowledge of the Force. Blah blah blah. It sounds like it's going to be pretty fun. She gets hurled into a cross-timeline adventure specifically for the fact so that they could bring back Star Wars favorites like Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, Yoda, Obi-Wan, other iconic heroes throughout the franchise. So it's going to be pander to the max, and I'm here for it. Mm-hmm. So let's fucking go.
Yeah,
Hit me.
Just get all your pandering out during the Christmas special and save, all your hyper-focused linear narratives for something a little bit more serious.
I think that in these kind of things, though, it's easy. Like, it's not as cheap to do pandering stuff. It's a kids movie, so it's like you go in expecting your expectations are a little lighter. So like doing those stuff, it is funny and it is engaging. Whereas like when you're watching a movie, you're ready to suspend your disbelief and like be in that movie. Yeah, and that fan service shit just sucks you right out of it. And you're like, oh no, I'm sitting in a fucking broken down shitty movie theater right now. Like you just reminded me with this dumb bullshit line. Like just fucking be a movie for like 10 minutes without referencing that I'm here watching a movie. Like, I don't know. But in this medium, it's a little easier to do that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Like you said, it is easier to forgive the pandering shit like that, because if it's for kids, then you just expect, like, of course they're going to have Darth Vader somewhere in it because it's fucking Star Wars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We have one more trailer to discuss, and then we're moving on to our main topic. This is, I didn't know this fucking existed. They are remaking the 90s movie Witches, and they are doing it with Anne Hathaway. I didn't know it fucking existed. We just pulled up the trailer the other day to take a look at it. And it's going to be an HBO Max original. It comes out this month. It comes out October 22nd. So we're probably going to try and talk about it next week if we can. I don't. I mean, I don't know what to say besides one. The original still has some of the most like grotesque makeup effects that you would imagine in a film. I would say kind of aimed at like a younger audience. Like I was like, wow, it's just fucking horrifying. It scared the shit out of me as a kid. I was like, oh my god, there's a conference of witches. Fuck me. What do you think about it, guys? Derek, why don't you take the reins?
Yeah, sure. I never saw the original. I had never even heard of the original.
This is a theme.
So, yeah. Sorry. But I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it before you said it releases on the 22nd, so I can kind of do a fresh boy take on both of them next week.
Oh, that's a good point.
That is a good idea, yeah.
The original is, some of those effects are just really good.
Yeah, and I love that sort of, what did it come out, like late 80s, early 90s? That's my favorite
early 90s,
era of special effects. I hate computer-generated stuff. I feel like anytime you cannot do that, you shouldn't, but no filmmakers really feel that way anymore. It's just easier to animate it. But anyway, the trailer itself is oozing with charm, so I'm really excited for it. Unfortunately, that's as much as I have to say about this. I never saw the original, so I can't compare this and that between the two. Yeah. But I always love to see Anne Hathaway. She's fucking beautiful, first of all, and secondly, she's an incredible actress. So I'm happy to watch anything that she's in. So
she's a really good actress. So.
I look forward to it.
What about you, Scott?
Well, I mean, you said it, man. Like The Witches was one of the movies that traumatized me the most as a child.
Yes,
like because there was no warning for what was coming. Watching it the first time, your parents got you that VHS at like the local Blockbuster, wherever the fuck you went and got your movies, and you sat down by yourself watching it on like a Saturday afternoon while your mom did whatever the fuck she had to do, get shit done. And like about 20 to 30 minutes in, I was just mortified, dude. The practical effects were so good; they literally tear their fucking faces off.
Yeah, dude.
And
this sounds excellent,
dude. It's like a step or two below John Carpenter's The Thing as far as gore factor goes.
Jesus not like Christ.
There's not people. I mean, like it's a few pegs lower. There's not people like getting their arms ripped off, but it is like it's very, very scary. Like it makes the Dark Crystal look like Fraggle Rock, bro. Like it's
terrifying.
Yeah,
it makes the Dark Crystal look like Fraggle Rock is my favorite fucking point of comparison I've ever heard in my entire life. That was so fucking clutch. Yeah, Jesus Christ, just A1. I just want to let you know. You really just made my day with that. That was great.
Thank you. But also the casting in this is incredible, dude. Like Anne Hathaway, Octavia Spencer. I noticed Chris Rock was the narrator.
I heard. Yeah. I was like, holy shit, that's Chris Rock.
Apparently, I'm looking at the IMDb. Apparently, Stanley Tucci's in it. I didn't really notice him because he looks like every other old bald white guy.
He's just like
I couldn't really pick him out in the trailer.
He was like the proprietor of the hotel. Or something.
That makes sense.
That tracks.
Yeah, he's always like a butler or an office manager or
exactly
an art dealer or something. No, but like the original was a really interesting story, and it's up there for me, like as far as like nostalgia, like it's up there with the Goonies and Ferngully to me, like all those movies I saw when I was a little kid. This one's way more obscure, and like granted, after you watch it for the first time and you had those nightmares, your parents wouldn't let you watch it again.
Yeah,
dude, it fucked. I was like maybe like 6-7 years old, and it fucked me all the way up, dude. Like to
I hope that it holds up, or at least that you can watch it and Derek and try to be like, okay, yeah, if I was a young kid like 10, I would be fucked up by this.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm telling you, all the other thing is with, like I said, that era of special effects I think is so fucking good because they're not using computer enhancements and whatnot, so it had to look real. And so you can watch something that was made almost 30 years ago, and it looks like, it's not that old because it's not. You don't have that cartoonish factor of computer generated effects. So I'm actually really looking forward to it. The way you guys are talking about it, especially Scoot said that it's like up there with The Goonies. The Goonies is one of my favorite movies of all time. So
it is pretty high in like my fucked me up as a childhood movie list. I would agree with that.
It sounds good.
I mean, you were talking about like there's like these like pustules and just like grotesque shit just constantly in that film whenever they show the witches.
I know like a lot, like there's been kind of like a conversation going on social media about practical effects versus the CGI. Like the trailer does show a lot, like it's very heavy on the CGI compared to practical effects.
Yeah.
But I mean, like again, like I'm with Derek. I would prefer practical effects, like John Carpenter's The Thing is my favorite horror movie of all time for that reason.
Mm.
And it's like, like that's reason enough. But there's so many great things about the movie. I could just gush.
That's another watch along idea right there for Halloween. Dude.
Fuck
The
yeah,
Thing
dude.
is a fucking great movie.
But it's, you know, like, to me, it's more the prospect of, again, like we kind of talked about this with the Lego Star Wars. This is a callback for those of us who've seen the old version, but it's about terrifying a whole new generation of shitty little 6 and 7 year olds who are gonna sneak downstairs and watch HBO when they're supposed to be in bed. And I think that there as fucked up as it sounds, there's a magic in that. Being a little kid and sneaking downstairs and watching something you're not supposed to watch, and then being mortified.
Like, oh shit, I shouldn't have fucking watched it.
Yeah, and then being mortified and learning your fucking lesson, whether it's The Witches or Real Sex 101. Like, what's he doing to that girl's butt? You know, like it's there's a magic in discovering something that terrifies you as a child.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool that they're bringing it back for a whole new generation, regardless of whether it's heavy on practical effects or CGI.
Hey,
and once again,
did you guys ever, you guys' parents ever walk in on you pulling one out?
Nope.
That ever happened to you?
No.
I escaped
Really?
that
Me
fate.
neither. 3 and 3. Jesus Christ. I never had to
we're in
experience
unison.
that.
Oh no.
That'll be probably the last time this episode will all be in unison on something.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I never got caught pulling the pud, as the kids say.
Oh my God.
No.
And once again, I would just like to, you know, pile on to Scott's points where, you know, the first time you see anal, it really is transformative and a little scary, and you know, you're excited on the inside, but not too, you're a little timid about the world around you.
You're questioning who you're like, well, but the poop comes out of there. Why do I like that? You're like,
Yeah,
well,
it definitely divides everything that happened before your life happened, and from that point, it's just like half and half, you know?
Am I
changed man.
Am I dirty? Am I a bad boy? But it's not like a grown man saying, "Am I a bad boy?" It's not like an office manager in stirrups or something like that. It's more like, you're a little kid, man. Like we all.
And the second time you ask, you're more excited. Like, am I a bad boy? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
kind of transforms a little bit, you know.
Your voice drops like 2 octaves the second time you ask yourself.
The worst part about trying to separate your timelines is that the acronyms are the same. It's, you know, pre-anal and post-anal. They're both PA, so who the fuck knows where the timeline is here?
You could do PA and then BA. Or no, BA and then PA. Before anal, post-anal.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah, BA, PA. I'll go with that. So, you know, so one PA. Fuck, you got me messed up already.
Pre-anal? Sorry,
No,
anal. Before anal.
It's
like when you read the Old Testament, like, you know, BC and AD.
Right. Before Christ. Yeah, totally.
But I think we can all, without a doubt, say that the first time we saw butt stuff, whether it was on a screen or in person, it was more transformative than any death that I could think of.
Yeah.
Biblical or otherwise.
Yeah, it's more rewarding. Everything.
I mean, really, let's just compare the Bible timeline of BC and, you know, to our pre-anal and post-anal, or before anal and after.
What do you call that period of time where he was alive? Like there's no, it's not BC, it's not AD. So like, what is that equivalent for, like, while you're watching that video for the first time?
Yeah, so actually we can get totally creative with it, because the real life answer to that is that there's no like 0. It went from 1 BC to 1 AD. So we can make this anything we want it to be. We have nothing controlling us whatsoever.
Oh man.
So the moment you're looking at the anal,
let's just call it CC, and we'll do Christ Coombs. This is why.
Ooh, man.
Boy, he coombs. Praise him. Praise the coom.
Look, if you're religious, I'm so sorry.
I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not.
Well, no, don't get me wrong. I'm not apologizing for what I'm saying. I'm apologizing that they have to listen to it.
Okay.
Because you're trapped and you can't escape.
Yeah, you're in your car. What are you going to do? You're on your way to work. You're going to go home? I don't think so. You're going to be late.
What are you
having
do?
A terrible day, shitbird.
You gonna play that fucking Machine Gun Kelly album again? You piece of shit. Keep the podcast on. You know, it's like bad Blink 182. It might be okay, but it's still bad Blink.
Look, we're fucking you up. Stop at a truck stop. Go pull one out in the bathroom. Have a couple tears and coombs, and then you come back and we'll wait for you. We'll be right here.
Yeah, you guys remember your first coom to an anal scene, right? It's like you're not even shooting ropes. You're just like a fucking log of cum just falling out of you. It's like solid. It's like crystalline. It just slides out of your fucking dick hole, pulling an entire fucking log out. Oh god, we just don't get cooms like that anymore. Your best coom days are behind you.
Oh my god,
I'm gonna cry.
Yeah,
oh, you're gonna get me crying.
There were days in the early teens where I felt like Huck Sawyer, like I could whitewash a fence with that shit. I think I broke Chris.
I never in my life thought I would hear a fucking cum reference that included Huckleberry Finn, dude.
Well, you're welcome, bro.
Chris, you have the power to take us into the next segment. I just
No. I got one more.
not now. I've been
have
my
you-
power.
Oh
can't
man,
say it.
that.
Fuck.
Have you ever looked a woman in the eyes, directly in the eyes, or a man, listeners? You know, at someone.
We're not judgmental.
Yeah. Well, no. Love wins here. Have you ever looked your partner directly in the eyes, and from the most sincere part of you, the very like the core of your being, told them you wanted nothing more than to paint their face like you work at the county fair?
Yeah, and then your mother slapped me.
oh my
I've met
god,
her. She's a
damn
nice
it.
lady.
You know,
I'm
my
sorry.
mother's like 67 years old, right? You're gross. You're fucking gross.
I didn't say now. I've met her. She's a nice lady. I'm sorry.
She is. She's a wonderful lady.
Yeah, she listens to this
Okay.
podcast, confirmed. So you better.
Oh no. Oh no. I'm sorry. You were so nice to me when I would be drunk at your house playing World of Warcraft on laptops.
I'm fucking with you.
Oh, okay.
You
Oh,
think?
damn it! You had so much power.
I know.
You had
like,
something greater than cum power.
Yeah, you literally. You were holding the glowing orb of power.
great power comes great responsibility, which leads us right into our
my
next
God,
Hey.
you fucking
Oh!
did it. You
You
fucking did
absolute
it.
mad lad! Oh my god!
I would say drop the mic, but please don't, because it'll fuck it up.
This thing's fragile over here.
Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for being here tonight.
So
we have
can I stop you before this is a great time for me to take my pee break.
Oh yeah, this is also a great
This
time for
seems
our
like-
newest segment where while Derek's peeing, I talk relentless shit about something he loves until he gets back.
Nice. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent.
ready.
Love it.
Timer. Start. Go.
We're gonna pretend that Derek's pooping, and we're gonna call this segment "Talking Shit," but like talk and apostrophe shit.
Oh yes.
Yes!
What are we talking about?
Yes.
I want you to surprise me with the topic.
Oh,
every
okay,
time.
okay. I want to shit all over the Lighthouse today. We're gonna probably do a watch party at some point. Have you seen the Lighthouse yet?
I haven't seen it.
It is a film
But-
that, in its trailer, portrays itself to be like a psychological horror movie and is closer to an awkward late 70s, early 80s sitcom. Like,
Okay.
Have you ever seen Three's Company?
Of course.
Imagine if that trifecta of sexual chemistry and just raw, like, what's the word you would use to describe that?
Coom power.
Yes. Like, just all that, like, pent-up sexual energy
Yeah.
is just between
Yeah.
Defoe and Pattinson.
Oh,
It's
no.
it's weird, bro. Like it's half the movie's them pulling one out, like separately, obviously. But it goes
Weird,
from it goes from
really?
scenes of them pulling one out to them like dancing and eating dinner together. And at points, it almost seems like a love story. But then you realize these guys are both batshit crazy. There's
Oh, was that a reference? Was that a reference?
yes, not intentionally though. And it's got like elements of like weird like hentai fucking octopus. I don't know. It's like tentacle porn, but it's not. The entire
I've seen the mermaid scene
yeah.
because everyone was like, "Holy shit, the mermaid scene."
It's
That's about it.
It's one of those. It's one of those movies where you could tell they shot it in black and white, so it could suck its own dick. Like shooting that movie in black and white, and in that aspect ratio was like the room where Marilyn Manson removing a rib when we were in grade school. Like that movie sucks its dick so fucking hard, like its own dick, and it's one of the worst movies I've seen in a long fucking time. It's absolutely unbearable to sit through.
Closing notes.
And the whole thing, like it's like one of those movies that they leave it open ended at the end, like you're supposed to just figure out what happened. But it really just feels like they were too fucking lazy to like.
You're talking about the Lighthouse, aren't you?
Yeah, 100%. It's just one of the movies that's too fucking lazy to like. It's like the guy like, well, I don't know what to do here. I guess he's dead. I guess he's dead. He's dead. Oh yeah, spoilers.
Nice.
Robert Pattinson is dead.
Not,
All right, very
not
good.
even in real life. He died at the end of the Lighthouse.
Yeah,
They killed
Well,
him.
we would like to thank you,
it's deep
Derek,
fake
for your
the
contribution to our new segment called "Talking Shit" while you go to the bathroom.
Yeah. No, I'm happy to provide for that.
Yeah.
It's very
Yeah, no worries. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank you for being here today at this lovely debate. Our main topic of discussion tonight is going to be the Spider-Mans, the live-action Spider-Mans. We're talking about the big three. We're talking about Tobey Maguire. We're talking about Andrew Garfield. We're talking about Tom Holland. We've all picked a Spider-Man to defend and talk about today. I have been gifted the best one.
Big old dick hammer.
Oh, fuck.
You make your podium bigger so I can read those beautiful words.
Oh no, please, Chris, continue.
Well, hang on. Okay, so I've been gifted with the best Spider-Man, Tom Holland. Big old Dick Haver will be defending Tobey Maguire, and Scott has decided to defend Andrew Garfield.
Yes.
And we're going to break this down. So I have a stopwatch up here on my screen. You guys can't see it, but I'm going to overlay it on the overall video. We each get 5 minutes to talk about why our Spider-Man is the best live-action Spider-Man. After that 5 minutes, we each have 3 minutes where the other two get to fuck with the person who just went. So it's going to be 5 minute opening, 3 minutes fucking. That sounds bad, but I'm leaving it there. 5 minute opener, 3 minutes of fuckery. And then after we're done all three of those, we're going to do just an open discussion. That'll probably wrap us up. So I love both of you before we start.
Oh, I love both of you very
that.
much, but you guys can go fuck yourselves. This is
I
Bloodsport. This is Thunderdome, okay?
Derek, I've been lying to you this whole time, and I have to reveal something to you.
Okay.
I haven't been sitting with my room. I've had a green screen image of my room the entire time.
Are you fucking serious?
So let me tell you,
there's more.
that to set this up, I actually had to pull my chair away and take a picture of what my room looks like without me in it, and then superimpose it behind me on the green screen.
That is
so I'm so happy.
that's incredible, actually.
I'm so happy that it tricked you.
I'm really
because-
impressed. Yeah, I didn't notice even kind of at all.
Sorry for you guys listening, but this is one you should probably pull up the YouTube channel for. You're going to want to see what's going on here. So we haven't decided who's going first. I was going to suggest just doing chronological.
That works.
which
Sick,
would have
because
Derek
I
go
would like
first.
to go unmolested by your guys' bad opinions. I'd like to just sort of get...
Now, are we gonna follow standard like debate policy here, where like we constantly talk over each other and interrupt one another?
If someone asks you a question that you don't want to answer, you can answer a completely different question, I think is how...
Hang on.
Let's just Mike Pence the whole fucking thing.
Is this mic on? Can you guys hear me okay?
Now, are we're doing like just 5 minutes straight talking, or is it gonna be like...
I'm thinking just five. You have 5 minutes to make your opening argument for why your Spider-Man's the best, and I'm going to tell you both to not overlap the other person. I will also try to not do that, but because we're following debate rules, I'm sure someone's going to have a joke they can't hold in. So try your best. I will not mute your mics, but I will scold you as if my name is Chris Wallace and I have no real power here. So
that's the most
yeah, just that image from Lord of the Rings. You have no power here.
I feel like Chris Wallace has his dick in one of those little glass cages all the time for the debates. Like just no power at all.
I really, really enjoy that I just noticed that our podiums are the same, obviously, besides big old dick havers, but we're all at different zoom levels. So he's the furthest back, and then Scott's a little closer, and then mine's right up in your
I'm social distancing. You assholes, okay? Jesus Christ. Wear the fucking mask. All right, anyway.
Let's go. Derek, you're going to be up first, then. We're going to do chronological. You have your mic, and you have it for 5 minutes. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
And begin.
I am not going to fill out 5 minutes. I just have a couple things here I want to go over. Tobey Maguire, the hallowed boy, Tobey Maguire, preceded all the other Spider-Man movies, preceded the MCU. And in a lot of ways, he created that MCU. He helped define the superhero industry as we know it now. And it gave us the things that we have now. He was the seed that planted the tree that bloomed into the MCU. The tree of dicks that you guys can't stop sucking constantly. You should be way more thankful. That's really distracting that you're doing that. It's working. What else do we have here? One thing you guys seem to always bring
That's
up.
That's it.
Yeah, that's really it. Thanks. One thing you guys always seem to bring up is the cringy dialogue, which is a fucking Christ, of course.
No, continue, please, sir. Continue.
Of course, it's cringe, but it's cringe in all of them. I mean, fucking every time Tom Holland opens his mouth, my dick gets 1 inch smaller. It's really just the worst.
No, you're defending Tobey Maguire. You were not attacking others right
I
now.
attack others to defend Toby. That's how this works. This is politics, baby.
Sounds like you don't have a lot of good points to make then.
Let's see. Has campy value that adds to its charm is what I wrote. These are supposed to remind me of my points, but they're just sentences on the paper now that I'm live. It's campy. All Raimi is campy. And, I don't know. I think it works. I don't think it's that corny. I think it makes it laughable in an ironic way. Toby is the best, no, the most median Spidey / PP balance is what I wrote. I'm just going to be totally candid here with how I wrote these. Garfield was really, kind of too cool, right, to be Peter Parker. Did a good Spider-Man. But Tom Smolland is, I don't know, he just doesn't have the geek end of it. Like he's not, or like the science geek end of it. He's not like a whiz kid like Peter's really supposed to be. Okay. He just knows Tony Stark. That's the extent of his knowledge.
Okay.
Here's what I wrote.
You like that, baby boy?
Yeah, it's pretty good. That was a really good sneaker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the sentence that I wrote.
This is the face I've been making the whole time you're talking.
Thing. Yeah.
That guy right there.
It says, sure, he's boyish, but good.
For who? Toby? Oh no!
You wrote that down and didn't delete it.
Yeah,
he's boyish but good.
Okay.
Veronica pointed out that he actually looks like a perfect mix between Elijah Wood and Sean Astin, and it's really hard to disagree with.
That's pretty difficult to get out of my head now.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't have 5 minutes of material. I'm the big old dick haver. You know deep down in your heart that Tobey Maguire is the best Spider-Man. There's nobody better than Toby. He's our little baby boy. We must protect and nurture him. And these other clowns have no fucking idea what they're talking about. I'm Derek.
Okay.
I'm voting for Tobey Maguire. That's my opening statement.
Very good. Thank you, sir. That was a little over 3 minutes. Okay. Not bad.
Okay.
It's not
All
bad.
Right. I got more than 50%.
And now we have, Scott and I both have 3 minutes to destroy your asshole. So we're going to start that clock right now. Scott, would you like to begin?
I rewatched Spider-Man 3 last night in preparation for this.
Okay.
And my opponent here, he makes some valid points. Well, actually, no, he doesn't. There's valid points he could make, but he didn't spend any time making them, to be honest. In his defense, the action set pieces of that trilogy are very well done for their time. But there was a meme sent to me at one point that was depicting nothing but green screen for the entire background of not only Andrew Garfield's iteration, but also the Tom Holland iteration. And I'd just like to point out to my opponent that also about 95% of those action set pieces are entirely green screen with maybe a little piece of building here or there, but it's made of styrofoam.
The balcony in Spider-Man 1 was real, and that's about it.
Yes. I'd also
of the whole film, they just built one balcony.
So you pose an excellent question. There is a good amount of CGI in the original ones. Not quite as much as in the new ones, in the Tom Smolland ones. Really, Tom just shows up to a fucking green cube of a room. They start filming, and they fix all the shit later. I'm
sorry. A second question for our opponent here.
Yes, Scott in the front here. Scott, yes.
How do you rightfully defend the entire black suit Spider-Man emo dance phase of Peter Parker in Spider-Man 3?
Easily, because it's hilarious, objectively.
Oh no! Objectively, that's a cop-out answer. That's what that is.
Yeah. It is bad, sir. Your answer is bad, and you are bad.
We all know the behind-the-scenes tales. There's no acting like they knew what they were doing. Sam Raimi just fucking hated that movie because they forced him to put Venom in it, and we all suffered the consequences of it, which was emo Peter Parker.
Yeah, we deserved Spider-Man 3. Look, Spider-Man 3 is not included in the original Spider-Mans. Nobody's heart was in it. Toby's heart wasn't in it.
Even Spider-Man 1 and 2, sir. Even Spider-Man 1 and 2 are rife with the same kind of cringe nonsense. I get that Peter Parker is not supposed to be...
They're all rife with cringe, Scott. They all have cringe.
Sir,
it's nothing but cringe.
Mr. Vice President, I am speaking. I'm
sorry. Please continue, Scott.
I would interject, but I'm being Chris Wallace, where he just doesn't do anything.
Yeah, sir, you agree to the rules, sir.
Sir.
Now, Peter Parker is always supposed to be a nerdy kid, but it is beyond. It is meme level cringe from the very first interaction he has with another human being on screen in the original Spider-Man, straight up to the finale of Spider-Man 3, there is not a moment where he is a likable Peter Parker. He's a quirky weirdo. Peter Parker was written as sort of a nerd, but he was not this cartoon character that Tobey Maguire portrayed. And even in his most, even at his most like emotional, I didn't think that Tobey was believable nearly to the same level that Garfield and Holland have been in those emotional moments.
It was
excellent.
laughable.
But again, to remind you, he is boyish but good.
It's that's 3 minutes. However, I'm gonna go because fuck you. The couple things, they are not an exact reflection of his character only, but they are choices the film made that affect his character. You brought up that he was supposed to be a technical whiz kid in a slight against the best Spider-Man, Tom Holland. However, you failed to mention that Tobey Maguire is like a 30-year-old in high school getting on the fucking kids bus every day. He doesn't make his own web shooters. They're fucking organic, which was the worst choice in that film.
That is a big blunder, sir. How do you respond to that?
They make him, besides being in like a museum when he gets bit, there's nothing he does that shows his intelligence level, and this has nothing to do with that point, but the 3D webs on that suit are god-awful, and they're god-awful for Andrew Garfield too, and the only reason they fucking did it was because black lines on red with the cameras they used back then would not have showed up well, so you guys got butt-fucked with stupid 3D web prints on your costumes for absolutely no reason.
Sir, my butt remains unfucked. My butt remains unfucked, sir.
Excellent question, Chris. I'm going to choose to ignore it entirely.
Sorry.
We're gonna ignore the question entirely. Like I said, we're gonna Mike Pence this whole thing. Anyway, vote for me, Tobey Maguire. We're gonna get it done. 4 more years.
All right. We'll stop the pile on. That was an extra like 2 minutes just because I had to get in the points about the web shooters.
Well, we also did have an extra 2 minutes because the asshole over here. What do we call you, Senator? Are you Senator?
Big old dick haver.
Yeah, big
Senator Haver. Senator Haver.
Senator Haver. Chairman Haver.
Chairman Haver.
All right, so next up is going to be Scott.
I feel like we could stop there. I feel like I totally crushed it. And
yeah, you totally
the other
crushed
two.
You totally crushed the game of, I don't know, bad debating. Next up is going to be Scott, who is floating around his screen in a very meticulous fashion.
Sorry. I'm just making sure that I'm, I want to get that close up. I want you two to look me in my eyes while I destroy everything you love about your shitty Spider-Man.
Okay, I'm excited. He's going to be talking about Andrew Garfield. Are you ready, sir?
Wait.
Okay, we can wait. I'd just like to say, is that just the Constitution behind you, Derek?
It is. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's Chairman Haver, please.
The irony, sir, is that all men are created equal, but all Spider-Men are not.
Yeah.
Oh, that should have been your opening line.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you ready to go?
Yes, sir.
And your time begins. Meow.
Now, my opponents would have you believe that Andrew Garfield was a less than spectacular Spider-Man, a less than amazing Spider-Man, based on the elements.
We would.
Good reference.
Based on the set pieces that surrounded the film and the trials and tribulations he had to go through to accurately portray Peter Parker and Spider-Man on the big screen.
Okay.
Now, I'm not here to make an argument that those films are well put together, that they are cohesive in any way, shape, or form, or that the narrative is one that's engaging. I'm not here to make that argument at all. That would be a very difficult argument to make, and I would be doing myself to a loss, even to Senator Haver over here, who quite clearly has us all mired with his. He's young but good. He's
boyish.
He is boyish but good. Yes, sir.
Boyish but good. Yeah.
Andrew Garfield. The argument you would make is that he was too cool as Spider-Man.
He's pretty cool.
Now that is, again, as we discussed, that is more of a choice in the script and the writing. Is more of a choice on behalf of the producers and the directors, and not Garfield himself. I would say that. Excuse me, sir. I'm talking. I would say even though Garfield does play it pretty cool, and the basketball scene in Amazing Spider-Man Part 1 is the cringiest thing I've seen since the Tobey Maguire dance scene and the jazz chair slide. Jesus fucking Christ, Sam Raimi, I still hate you. Even Evil Dead 4 might not be enough for me to give you for that horse shit. But still, Garfield shines in those moments where he finds a way to ground the story He finds a way to make you believe, even just for a moment. You forget the entire shitstorm going on around you when you see the tears in his eyes, when you see the distress in his face, when you see the weight, the emotional weight that Peter Parker is carrying. Like losing Uncle Ben, and even in the Amazing Spider-Man 2, after Captain Stacy passes away, you see that internal struggle written all over his face in the most subtle, beautiful ways. Well, he's still in love with Gwen, but does not want to go back on his promise he made to Captain Stacy to distance himself, to protect her. Garfield shines in these moments.
Senator Sleeveless, do you have pants on? Do you have pants on underneath?
Excuse me, big old dick haver. I'm speaking, sir. You will not derail this debate, sir. The people deserve to hear every single side of this. And decide for themselves. Now, Garfield does shine in these moments where he grounds a story and it kind of pulls you into a narrative that otherwise does not work. None of these set pieces work, and still you'll find yourself at moments dragged into it, and you'll feel that emotional weight. You will be engaged by it, and it's something that I honestly, rewatching these movies over the last few weeks, was surprised by, and it's why I feel that Garfield is a firm pick, and that's why I'm standing behind him. Me. I also would like to say that as Spider-Man himself, it is across the board. You cannot even debate, sir, that Garfield as Spider-Man, as the web slinger, as the snarky shithead in a suit, he thrives in a way that Tom Holland emulates very, very well, and in a way that Tobey never could quite achieve. Because even in the suit, even without seeing his dopey, dumb, stupid face, you still know he's essentially a Muppet with skin grafts underneath that costume, sir.
Muppet was cute.
I would also like to give honorable mention in that Tom Holland is also a fantastic Spider-Man. I would say that
really shocks me that you feel that way. I didn't see that coming even remotely.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm speaking.
Please.
I would also like to say that Tom Holland, with the material that he has been given, has done a fantastic job. But again, after having seen,
are you? I'm sorry, Senator.
After seeing Uncle Ben die twice on the silver screen, we could not possibly bear a third repeat. And when you don't watch that moment on screen with Tom Holland, you lose that initial shock, that initial jarring element, what makes him who he is.
Senator, are you representing Andrew Garfield or Tom Holland?
It also does not resonate well in those moments where you see callbacks to him losing Tony Stark. It's the first time we're seeing that level of guilt and deep, rich sadness on his face, where Garfield portrays that almost consistently throughout both of his full length feature films. I would also like to add that Tobey Maguire is a stupid.
Go ahead, nailed it. Yeah,
got it.
I've been trying so hard not to break character this whole time. I would also like to add that Tobey Maguire is unlikable on just every level. We talked about how we dislike actors who only portray themselves in every film. Watch Spider-Man, sir. Go back, watch Seabiscuit, watch The Cider House Rules, and tell me that dopey piece of shit isn't always the same dumb, dopey piece of shit. I would like to thank you guys for your time and your consideration. I would also like to say that
I do not accept those things. I don't want them. Keep them. I don't want them.
I would also like to say that my opponent over here. Sorry, I'm gesturing the wrong way. I don't know which way this is going to be when we flip it around. My opponent over here, Senator Big Old Dick Haver.
Oh, other way. Okay.
Yeah.
I like to say that I appreciate your moxie, sir. Your gunchum. I appreciate the fire that clearly burns inside of you.
Sir, that's your time. Sir.
I'm sorry. But I would also like to say, go fuck yourself. Eat a big old bag of shit, you dumb fucking cunt.
Oh, right. Jesus. With the fire. So now we have another 3 minutes of Derek and I telling you how fucking wrong you are. And that's going to begin right about now.
Excellent. This is an illegitimate debate. We clearly have two Hollandites fucking ganging up on me over praising Toby. Jesus, I can't even say his name.
That's how forgettable. That's how forgettable.
Clearly, you're standing for fucking Tom Smallhands as well. And
no, sir.
Either way, this won't be a peaceful transition. I don't accept the results of an illegitimate debate.
I merely made an argument for a second best contender, sir. A runner-up, if you will.
Okay, all right. Because it felt like the whole second half of your opening statement was sucking Tom Holland's dick.
I'm pretty sure he's still underage, so I would not do such a thing, sir. I don't.
But it's probably because I slipped him a bunch of money under the table.
I don't appreciate those accusations, sir. I'm a man of very little values, but that happens to be one of them, sir. And I do not appreciate the slander.
Okay, all right. We'll have to see how these votes go then.
Yeah, we will. I just can't. I gotta say, you very slyly tried to separate the producer's choices that were made for the character of Andrew Garfield from the actor, which we talked about before. but in that instance is not fair. So you have to
How
of
so,
course,
sir?
because the representation on screen of him acting, we just talked about emo Peter as a point against Toby. This is the same thing. They might be choices the producers made, but it is the Peter Parker that he is portraying on screen, and that's what you're defending.
Okay,
Yeah,
sir.
this is
okay.
a coup,
And-
motherfucker.
Okay, that is a fair point, sir. But I would just like to say that out of the two, I will take a little too cool Peter Parker over cringe god, douche lord, tap dancing Peter Parker.
It's not just a little too
Dig
cool.
on this.
This guy
It's
like
significantly cool. Yeah, it's like he
skateboards
works at
through the
Abercrombie.
He skateboards through the halls of his high school. He's banging the hot chick.
I'm sorry.
He's
Mr. Haver, are you implying that Abercrombie is cool?
I'm taking my points
is a
as
kangaroo
not
court,
being
sir.
rebutted, and instead making fun of Senator Haver as points of omission for failure. There's 2 points.
Strong words, sir.
This is
It's not
him.
just
This
too
is
cool.
Sleepy Sleeveless.
It's
Sleepy
not
Sleeveless.
just too
This is
cool
what he
for
does.
school. Okay, it's also the fact.
Just got that.
Sleepy
All right, thank you for
Sleepless.
catching that.
It's not just that he's too cool for school. He's also far too mean of a Spider-Man. That's right, you heard me. Mean. So if you watch the first scene,
He
where he's
didn't murder anybody,
quippy-
sir.
Okay. If you watch the first scene where he's
Toby is
quippy-
a murderer.
How
okay,
is
we
Toby
can
a
both-
murderer? What are you
We
talking
can
about?
both agree Toby's a giant piece of shit. Okay,
All right.
that's
All right,
fine.
well, then stop coming for the throat, sir.
That's what I'm saying. You guys are teaming up. This
We're
is
not
illegitimate.
teaming.
No,
Just
see-
because Toby is unabashedly the worst fucking Spider-Man,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean we're teaming up. It just means you're wrong.
Then why is he in both of your backgrounds?
Because he's a piece of shit.
Oh, okay. You put pieces of shit behind you all the
Oh,
time.
I'm
then
sorry.
I guess. Yeah, that makes a
Let
lot
me-
of sense. All right.
I'm sorry. I got to
Look
take my
at
green
it,
screen down.
Mr.
We're
Haver,
back to normal.
sir, look at it. You look at
Looks
what
glorious.
they did. They
It's
look at
wonderful.
you.
It's
look at what they
amazing.
did to your boy.
It was Sam. It was
You know
fucking
what?
Raimi tearing himself down. All right, I appreciate that.
I was on a tangent about Andrew Garfield, and fuck it. The Tobey Maguire movies took Willem Dafoe and ruined him because, I mean, really, seriously? Staring at the screen, avenge me! Get the fuck out of here.
All right.
Ruined him. They ruined all hope they had for him portraying
Anything
Green Goblin.
Willem Dafoe does is forgivable in my book. He's
This
always
should
he can never do any wrong in my opinion. He's just
That
a
was
fucking,
entirely my fault. That should be saved for open discussion. We're talking about Spider-Man.
Okay.
But,
Right.
Okay. All right. Do we have any more points we need to make towards Scott? Derek, do you have anything else you got? before we wrap it
You're
up?
the worst human being I've ever met in my entire life, and I'm taking you down.
I love you, buddy.
Love you too. You're my favorite.
All right. Last up in this debate
Sleepy
is, if you could call it a debate.
I feel like
Is,
we all
is
know
good.
that like Tom Smallhands really isn't going to win, so we should probably just skip Chris's thing, go right into
No,
open
totally.
discussion, right? Let's just
Totally.
go into open discussion.
Here's what I will say, and my time is going to start right now. I'm defending Tom Holland, and that to say that sentence is like an oxymoron. The man needs no defending. Okay, I am so confident that there's nothing horrible you can say against him. I didn't prepare a fucking speech. I got nothing. I got 4 minutes of open air countryside behind me, boys.
Are you
The
implying that
convertible top is?
Are you implying that either of
ahead.
us prepared our statements?
Oh, I thought
Yeah,
so.
I wrote
No.
sentences on a piece of paper, and that's it. And I was confused by them as I was reading them.
Yeah.
The convertible top is down. The little hair that I have, Silver Fox, is blowing in the wind because I am so confident I have nothing to be worried about. Look, he's got the brains. He's in AP classes. He's a smart kid. He built his own web shooters. Boom! Fuck Toby. He's got a little too much of a reliance on Tony Stark. I will forgive it because he has the awkward nerdiness. You know, they did such a good job of making like a Howard Hughes type film. He's got the awkward nerdiness. He's got the humor that interjects. He makes mistakes. He's a very human Spider-Man because he's a young kid, by the way, much younger than either of your two Spider-Men were when they took the role of a fucking high schooler that were both in their mid-20s. He's got, I don't fucking know, a cool suit. You know, what else do you want from me? He's got Babysitter Stark a little too heavily
Fucking
going
killing
on. fucking killing it. He's got, and look, this is not either of your faults, but he's got the entire MCU to play off of in his films. And there's no contest. There's no contest. The series of scenes with him fighting fucking Mysterio and Amazing Spider-Man 2 were a visual marvel.
Boring
they were
nonsense.
amazing.
Boring nonsense.
And I'm gonna take
At what
so
point does it
little-
become a cartoon? At what point are you just watching a cartoon?
I don't know. I thought you were the seed of all this, Mr. Toby developer. So I probably started as a cartoon back then when you had 3D webs and everything was bad CGI.
It was just the worst CGI.
I'm so
Can
confident.
I say something? The CGI was pretty fucking bad, all right? I'm not defending the CGI, all right?
I'm so confident
I'm
I can
defending
defend...
Toby. I'm not here for the CGI. It's for Toby.
I'm so confident I can defend anything you have to throw at him that I'm ceding the rest of my time at the earliest point. I've only been speaking for 2 minutes because Tom Holland's the best. There's no argument. He just is. I'm trumping it. He just is.
Oh, that's your first mistake, sir. Now I as Senator Haver has stated, I apparently spent the second half of my time. What were the words you used, Senator?
I
blowing
only remember like
Tom
60-second increments. That's all I remember.
Senator Haver has the blood rushing to his penis and not to his head, so he cannot remember.
No comment.
I would say, in all seriousness, though, like having the entire MCU to play off of, it does work as a very large crutch. Do I enjoy Tom Holland's Spider-Man? Yes. Do I enjoy those movies? Yes. But it's because they've had 10 years of world building, which is why those films I think are all around better than the Amazing Spider-Man films, as well as the Raimi trilogy. But when you take that away, you see that it is a very large crutch. Without all that world building, those films would not have been as successful as they were. Without the predecessors that came before it, without the mistakes they made and learned from in those first two iterations, I don't think we would have the concrete Spider-Man we see on screen with Tom Holland. I think I agree that he is a very good Spider-Man and a very good Peter Parker, but he is not the best. I think his strengths are also in a lot of ways his weaknesses. If that makes any sense to you, I know it sounds like absolute rambling nonsense, but he is a young, grounded Peter Parker. He's
Can I stop you real quick? Just the fucking balls to put the onus on everyone else. His strengths are his weaknesses. Hope you can figure that out.
Oh, I'm literally about to finish the fucking thought if you shut the fuck up. He is the youngest Spider-Man, but that also shows in his inexperience as an actor. While compared to Tobey Maguire wasn't great. Andrew Garfield, I think, was miles ahead of Holland as far as acting chops go, and you can see that in their other bodies, their entire bodies of work. Again, I think Holland is a close second, but I think Garfield shines as the obvious better Peter Parker and better Spider-Man, regardless of the scripts, regardless of the world building. If it's just Spider-Man, it's got to be Garfield.
I could not disagree with you more.
I mean, you could. I could be talking about.
Hey, Senator, most fuckable dad. When did you realize that you?
It's Senator Dad, please.
Oh, just Senator Dad. Senator Dad.
Daddy.
When did you realize that you had a boy sex slave fantasy? And when is that? How does that relate to the first time that you saw Spider-Man: Homecoming?
Lies, sir. Lies and slander. Lies and slander. I will not have it. You're mad at me because my Spider-Man is the closest in age to the person he's portraying? Is that what you're saying? I feel like that's a positive in my column.
I feel like this is something I shouldn't say on the air, but age is just a number, sir.
Yeah.
No,
God, yeah, that's gonna have to be taken out in post.
Nope, I'm leaving it. He wears that badge of shame.
No, but like within context, like it doesn't fucking matter. Who like the age, the 5-year age difference or the 6-year age difference doesn't make one more believable than the other as that character. Like. The difference between Tom Holland is supposed to be... Tom Holland's supposed to be a fucking, freshman during Homecoming, and he looks like a fucking 14-year-old, so it makes sense. But Garfield, even when he was in his mid-20s, looked like he was fucking 18 years old. He wasn't grizzled or chiseled or weathered. He looked like a fucking fresh-faced baby boy, and so did Toby. But also...
Well, because Andrew Garfield's built
boyish,
like Gumby doesn't mean he looks like a high schooler.
What's that?
Wait, to who? Me?
Yeah, I didn't catch that.
I said, just because he's built like Gumby doesn't mean that he looks like a high schooler. He's the fucking Stretch Armstrong of Spider-Man. You can find a picture of him with no mask on. He's got the neck of a giraffe. It cranes around.
A really good result of picking on people's physical features, sir.
Absolutely, sir. I don't know what debate you thought you were in.
I could go on about Toby's little butt chin dimples forever.
I love that I thought you were going to come back.
Yeah, you came at me. I didn't say anything, that way. You fucking asshole. Jeez.
Oh, it's so funny because fuck Toby. Am I right? Sorry, are these mics on? Fuck Toby.
Like his chin looks like a liquor store fucking parking lot that's like just paved with loose gravel. Like it's just fucking so full of polyps and holes, and I hate it. I hate you, Tobey Maguire.
Here's really, since we're clearly in open discussion now, here's what I don't like about Tom Smallhands. Genuinely,
I wish you would stop saying that.
Him as an actor,
it creeps me out.
him as an actor, and his character in the movies. I really just have never felt connected to him in any capacity. Like, is he an exciting Spider-Man? Yeah, he is. I mean, he's swinging around. He's very agile. He's like the tiniest one. I know that's weird to like count that towards him, but like the fucking Spider-Man
weird.
comics
I don't like that.
I read when I was a kid, he was like this tiny little, he was
little
boyish,
bibbly
but
nimbly
good.
guy.
Yeah. But, I've never seen any of the choices that he makes in these movies as anything that's interesting. He's always just focused on, like, the girl. With Garfield and with Maguire, we see him constantly skirting Gwen Stacy or MJ because he has to do the right thing. He has to be a hero. So, like, he turns this one down. He's always making choices that are above himself. Whereas with Tom Holland, he's always just like, oh, well, I just want to be a kid. Well, you're fucking Spider-Man, dude. And
but
Tony
he doesn't.
Stark's dead
That's
now.
the point, you piece of shit. I'm sorry, I love you. He misses the fucking debate that he went to Europe for to save the fucking world. And in the first movie, he leaves a house party that he desperately wants to impress a girl at to go because he heard an explosion while he was outside changing into a Spider-Man costume. This man knows what his responsibilities are, and he fucking respects them, okay? They don't have to say with great power comes great responsibility because he exudes it in the fucking movie. And also, while I'm in the topic of ripping both of you new assholes...
Yeah, you just got dunked on, Haver.
So did you. He was talking to both of us, man. What are you talking about?
I wasn't the one who just shit all over Smallhands. That was you, bro. I'm still half court. You got dunked on, son. I'm half court.
Well, we'll see how this point comes across. And also, you mentioned that not having an Uncle Ben death scene in my movie was a bad thing. Are you fucking kidding me?
I didn't say
Spider-Man. I know you didn't.
No,
I'm talking to Scott.
I'm saying I understood why they did it, but it also like it takes that moment from you. It takes you being able to visibly watch him and.
I could not disagree with you more.
Peter Parker at Tom Holland's.
Yeah,
Peter
totally
Parker,
didn't need that. We didn't need that again.
No, I'm not saying
that's like asking him to do the Batman origin again in the next movie to the same character.
I'm not saying we needed to watch it again. I'm saying because it's not in there, it kind of does fit because Tom Holland's Peter Parker is way more aloof and seems to be more happy-go-lucky, not as much bogged down by all this emotional weight as both Garfield and Tobey were. Like you said, he's a kid. And like you see his excitement in everything. He's always floored, whether it's Tony Stark giving him a gadget or whether it's just anything minor going on around him, like a house party he was fucking so stoked for. You see all these.
I'd like to thank you for backing my candidate again.
I mean, I'm not, but I'm just saying, as overall films, they are better. But when it comes down to Spider-Man, because he's that more aloof, more childish, more like childlike wonder, you don't get to see those moments where he has the big fucking reveals, like the acting chops that he may or may not have don't get to shine as well as they did for Garfield and maybe kind of Tobey, but probably not Tobey.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Yours has a last name that's the same name as a very lazy cat that likes lasagna. How does that feel, you big dummy? That's what your fucking guy's last name is. What an asshole. He wakes up every day and he has that name.
I like that this is an argument point. I'm just letting this play out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in Tobey's defense, he is boyish but good. But but I would say that again, like
episode title "Boyish but Good."
I mean, that could be it.
That's probably a bad idea.
Yeah, people will be like, "Whoa!"
In conjunction with Scott's earlier statement, I think I would veto that.
No. In context, my thing was not weird. Maybe a little bit, but in context, it's not. Oh God, what am I trying?
No. Continue. We're all waiting anxiously.
No. Fuck, I had it. Again, Tom Holland's movies are the best, but you don't.
I don't think they are. I don't remember anything that happened in any of them. It's so boring. I can't wait for them to be done.
There's 10 years of world building. The budget's better than ever before. The CGI is better than ever before. They have all these other characters that weren't even on the fucking board for the other iterations of Spider-Man. You get bigger, better blockbusters. But again, it's those small moments, those private moments where like the guard's down and you see them as a human being, not Spider-Man. You see like the inner workings. You see like You see it. You can read it on their face, the pain and the guilt and the regret. And when I think of those moments, having rewatched literally every Spider-Man movie with the exception of Spider-Man 2 in the Raimi trilogy over the last week, for me, the Garfield moments still resonate more because everything else around it is not working. None of it works, is my argument. None of these movies work. Nothing works in The Amazing Spider-Man. The villains, like their schemes are stupid. It's lacking an antagonist that's really engaging in both films.
Sure.
I think the weakest thing in listen, let me just be totally candid here.
I was gonna say something good about it.
I was just gonna say I don't think there's a good antagonist in any of these movies or any of the MCU movies. I think that's something that a lot of fucking things suffer from is they don't have an antagonist that's believable. And a lot of times,
actually
it's
liked
fucking
Mysterio.
corny. I thought he was
sorry.
awful. Dude, my
I
boss
hated Mysterio.
fired me, so I became a bad guy. Is the most Saturday morning cartoon villain I've ever heard of in my life.
Don't get me wrong.
But also with that technology that he like had the patent for, he could have fucking become a billionaire himself. He could have been the next Tony Stark. Why the fuck wouldn't you market that and then just be rich? Like fuck revenge. Be rich. You know the best revenge is being fucking rich.
Yeah. As always, Jake Gyllenhaal, wonderful fucking actor.
Yeah.
Like my issue with these movies is never, ever, ever the actors, but that character just. Oh, I want to stick it to Jeff Bezos type thing was fucking just not. It just didn't land with me at all.
I would say Adrian Toomes as Vulture was probably the best Spider-Man villain we've gotten on the big screen so far because it. But again, that is 10 years of world building. That is the fallout of the original Marvel's Avengers. He has a real motive. He's driven, and you know you see a character who is kind of conflicted, and like he doesn't want to kill his daughter's boyfriend. But he also has to protect himself. And you see the conflict between them play out in a very interesting way that I feel like we haven't seen since maybe The Dark Knight. And I'm not comparing the two. I'm not saying that they're in any way like the exact equivalent, but I'm saying that kind of push and pull where we both know who each other are, and now we're toying with each other. You know, like it's not just first act, second act, third act. There's like lulls in between, and there's character building and world building even happening in this movie. Where Peter lets down Stark and has to go back out on his own to redeem himself. There's so many arcs within that film that I just think it's the best progression for both a leading Spider-Man character and a villain in the same film.
Again, I would like to thank you for backing my candidate.
I'm backing the film, not Tom Holland's portrayal of Spider-Man. There is a big difference, sir. In the same way that I would say Amazing Spider-Man films, again, they did not work in any capacity, but it is a testament to Andrew Garfield's portrayal and his acting chops that even if for only a few moments of those 2.5 hour long shit shows, you get dragged into emotionally and you find yourself like, why the fuck do I care about this? This movie has given me no reason.
He's a great actor. Can you name 5 other movies that he was in?
No, sir. No. But in my defense, I can only name like 6 Tobey Maguire movies, and 3 of them are Spider-Man. So
yeah, me too. And then
3 of them are somehow Seabiscuit.
And
Cider House rules.
All right, boys.
We are terrible nerds, aren't we?
Yeah,
we are. We are pretty terrible.
You're not a terrible nerd for not seeing Seabiscuit. You know, you're probably okay for not seeing Seabiscuit.
Well, I mean, like all the other shit.
Probably in a better place.
Yeah, well.
All right, boys. I think we're gonna wrap the debate up and the podcast. I had a great time.
So did I.
Arguing with you fellas today. I had a wonderful time with just the podcast in general, and I would urge anyone of our listeners, please email us at questions@thecynicalnerd.com. Tweet at us. Do whatever you want to do. Let us know who you think won the debate. Let us know who you think is the best.
We'll probably have a Twitter poll too, right?
We will have a Twitter poll. Also, you can go follow us on Twitter. We will post the Twitter handle in the show notes just so that you can grab it. I think right now it's still Schmeg Nerd. Sorry. We'll post our Twitter handle. We'll post everything in the show notes on YouTube and in the description of the episode. If you want to find us on the internets, my name is Chris. You can find me at TCN Plays on Twitch and Twitter. Scott, how about you?
I am Swearwolf with an E on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. That's twitch.tv/SWEARWOLFE. You guys want to get in on this vote, and you want to be Team Garfield over here, which I highly recommend. It's clearly the only real choice here.
If you like lasagna, I guess. I don't know what that means.
I mean, do you not like lasagna? What kind of fucking...
Yeah, okay. Well, okay. I lost that battle, so let's continue.
I know we're on keto, man, but let's not lie to ourselves, okay? Lasagna is fucking incredible.
It's pretty exciting.
I haven't been on keto for a week, and I missed all the things that included carbs. So it's been great. It's been wonderful.
Fuck. I had a hashtag in my head and it's gone.
Okay. Well, try to think about it, Derek.
Hashtag Andrew Garfield Army, or Andrew Army, if you will.
The Andrew Army.
Yeah,
Derek, where can everybody find you?
Everyone can find me at Dr. Gloom MD, and that's on Twitter and Twitch. That's DRGLOOMMD. That's it. That's the whole sentence. Make sure you vote. It makes it a lot more fun because the two people that lose, we get to just shit all over them next week. It's gonna be a good time.
It's like the opposite of like a Boy Scout badge. It's like a shithead badge.
Yeah.
You can't escape it. It's not that you want it. You don't. You want to get rid of it.
And we love questions and ideas sent to the which Chris is gonna shoot that out. Sent to us so we can you have anything you want us to cover, we're happy to hear it.
I think also it might be kind of fun to put in place that whoever comes in dead last in this poll gets some kind of like loser's trophy, like
a dunce hat. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say a participation trophy, like just little.
You
little
tried.
Guy. Yeah, like fuckhead.
You tried. Yeah, that's fine. We can
figure
chip
that
in
out.
for like a little
world's biggest dumb fuck.
We'll get like a third place trophy and have it like engraved, like one of the ones they buy at the the shops where kids get their soccer uniforms from.
World's smallest penis. 2016,
Oh,
2017,
absolutely,
2019, and 2020. 2018 was a sleeper year, boys. Got beat out by a tiny little schmeckle, but you got it back in 19 again.
A tiny little schmeckle. Yeah. That's gonna wrap it up. We gotta put the kibosh on this thing. We've been running for quite some time, boys. I appreciate everybody listening. I appreciate you guys for your time.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for listeing to us and dealing with our bullshit.
Just listening to us ramble on for hours about nonsense that no one cares about. So really, you're here for us. That's going to wrap up episode 4 of The Cynical Nerd once again. I'm Chris. With me is Scott and Derek. Thanks so much for being here. Have a good one.
Have a good one, guys.